crown champion, and Ava.
Yeah.
So that's what we have going on. And tomorrow night, we have our Grand Prix, who Heather is competing in.
So I'm pretty excited. You know, I'm equally excited about competing as well as commentating. You know, this is my first time commentating.
Which one are you more nervous about?
Oh, the commentating.
It's my first time too, so we're good. If we both mess up, you know, maybe we won't have a job. We'll stick to promoting. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is here in a minute, we're going to have Haley Carlson come up and sing the national anthem. If I could find her in a second, so give her a second. Dondo, I hope you guys can hear that. You want to grab Haley Carlson?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get started. Okay. And then we'll go from there and introduce you ladies to our first match. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and step off the mic to give Haley the attention here. Hold on.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bells bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Haley, for that. That was great.
Thank you, Haley. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get here started in a second. Give the competitors a chance to warm up a little bit. And we'll start off tonight with our first match.
So, who are the refs that we have tonight?
So, sorry guys for the interruption. They didn't realize we were on the mic and live going from here. It's okay, those things happen. So tonight, our first match is going to be a blue belt gi match at 120 pounds. It's going to be Jasmine Thompson out of Checkmate Bunna Park.
And then Rachel Sarah Silverman from Triunfo BJJ out of Costa Mesa here.
So
this is an interesting match. I mean, at 120, all these girls are pretty little and scrappy, and you know, Jasmine looked. This is a gi match, and so both of these ladies have quite a bit of a competitive history, especially, you know, just being blue belts so far. I know Rachel took silver at the 2019 Nogi Worlds, and Jasmine is a SJJIF champion in the Nogi, as well as multiple-time medalist at various of the local tournaments. So this might be an exciting match to start off with.
I think she's competed a lot in the beginning, you know, just like headed straight into competition. And like she's been on fire since. She set me her record, you know, 13 first wins, 3 second place, and, you know, she's an active competitor.
Oh, wow.
And then we have now Rachel Silverman again. So if you guys haven't been around for our matches, they're going to be a little different. For this is going to be a super fight, and they follow a different rule set.
So explain those to me. What is the? It's a shorter match.
So it is a shorter match, 6 minutes, right? And then so it's 6 minutes and it's submission only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the ending's gonna be a little different. What they have is they have the option to go into optional overtime. Mm-hmm. So we'll say at the end of the round, nothing happens.
That's great,
Yeah.
Rachel. Break that grip on your collar.
I'd like to go to neutral, which will go based off the first takedown.
Okay,
And
they
that's
can
the winner.
elect.
So it's the rest of the neutral. But if maybe they're not favoring the takedown, they could decide to go to ref's decision and they'll deny overtime.
Okay, and we have 3 refs.
We have 3 refs.
Yeah,
if
that's
they
it.
decide to go to ref's
You
decision.
go inside on the left.
And they'll do a lot of
Hey.
A lot of grip fighting here. Jasmine seems to be a little bit more aggressive.
Try to set up a.
No?
I was like,
Yeah.
I was expecting more of a hip toss, but cool. Being active,
Shake.
already going for a
Shin your
trap
shoulder
triangle.
in. Come on.
Locking that
Move.
up. It's
Keeping
over
the
the
posture down.
Yeah, it's right over the shoulder. She's staying pretty active here.
Shimmy your shoulder in.
Rachel still has both arms in. She's trying to posture up
Shake
here.
it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Side to side. Let's go. Yeah.
Get those arms free.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. Yeah,
Good. Now let's go. Put your
There we
open.
go.
Set,
Nice.
set it up.
Now she's going to have to break
Yeah.
this guard in order to escape, so she's doing the knee in the middle.
Right
Trying
in the middle.
to
Put
open
the knee right
those
in the
legs
middle.
of Jasmine. Jasmine's staying pretty strong. Trying to keep her
Nice.
posture
Sit,
down.
sit. Yes. Let's go,
Ladies
Rachel.
guard is,
Oh.
Hey, hey, yeah. Pull her down.
Yeah, it is.
one, I'm not a great guard breaker in general, so
Yeah.
Good. Front and
Well,
back.
for women, you know, our lower bodies are infinitely stronger
go,
than our
Rachel.
upper bodies,
Yeah.
and so
You
guard
further
is
those
a
grips.
great place to be for us. Yeah.
Let's go. Shake her up. Shake her up. Let's set it up with movement.
just so you
Oh,
can
yeah,
You
that's her.
first.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna break it, you know. So and then so we
Yes.
have if we
Yeah, get it, get the bell.
submissions here. We have Jasmine up.
Let her down a little bit. Let's go.
She has about 4 minutes left out of that 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Back
pulling. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's free your arms. Push on the collars.
Oh,
Little by
me
little. Let's
too.
go.
You know.
I think as I got older,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Good.
She's like, please don't just go for a little.
And I
straight
love
arm,
my
straight
knees,
arm.
you know. I really
Forward a
love my
little
knees.
bit.
I love when I
Angle those elbows in to pull
Yeah.
them out. Let's go.
She got the shoulder trap. She did go for a little.
Good. One is out. Grab the collar.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
other one. Let's go.
But she's
Pull it
got
out.
to
Pull
hit
it out.
that or
Yes.
kick that hip out a little bit more if she wants to straighten it.
To the next one.
Push, push, push.
Transition. Back the arm.
Get the elbow to her hips. Right elbow to her hips. Yeah. Let's go.
Again.
Right.
Now don't let her stand
Well,
up.
you
When
know,
you open,
jiu-jitsu
let's
is such a
fast. Let's
psychological
go.
game. Any of those little,
Let's go. You're gonna open. Yeah.
kind of
Yes. Keep it in the middle. Keep it in the middle.
will put your
Step
opponent
over
off
the
their
left.
game.
How do you feel about the new training?
Good. Don't let.
Oh
Keep it
man,
in the
I hate
middle.
it.
Yes.
But I had a training partner, a
Let's set up
big
your
MMA
backs.
fighter, and he used to cover my mouth when it's going.
You got it.
You know, at
Yes.
first I
Yes.
used to freak out, and he's like,
Yes.
"All right, can you breathe?" Yes. Okay then.
She's gonna take the back.
Rachel is turning it around. She's seeking the back. She does like the back position. Some of the fights that I've seen of hers.
She got those
Yes,
hits in
fix
now,
her
so it's
position.
pretty
Fix her
good
position, Rachel.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Get the movers a little bit.
I would
Now
say
let's
she's
see the
a little
grip.
high in my-
A little high. You know, I
trying to fall
prefer to
off.
be.
Yeah, she's kind of fall, but there
Yes.
she's finding out. Looks like she might have a target.
Yeah, I think so. She might have a hollow grip.
Let's go for the finish. Let's go.
Get to the hip.
Yep.
Protect your back.
Good. Adjust her back position. Adjust her back position.
It might be cross color. I can't see for sure.
Good. Let's make that grip. Let's go for the boy now. Let's
Jasmine's
go.
trying to keep her arm away from the neck.
Take a sprint.
You got 2 minutes to work on that submission. Let's go.
So I mean,
Let's go.
Rachel, put that top hook in.
she has this dominant
Get your
position.
hips out.
Good.
Get that fast.
Yeah. Can strap the arm if she tries to take it out. It's going over the arm.
And I think this
Yes.
is probably
Yes.
a more threatening
Stay on the
position
back.
than
Stay on the
Jasmine
back.
had earlier.
Pull that arm out.
Triangle
Hold on
guard.
to it.
It's okay.
I wouldn't feel comfortable
She
here.
pulls, you gotta go to the arm bar. So let's pull it out. Let's fight you, pull that arm out. Stay on the back.
Pull the arm through.
Let's come up, kick those legs out. I don't see any work with her feet.
Can you go for the judo arm bar? Yes, good
And
job.
that's kind of
Let's feed that collar grip.
that's kind of happened to
It
me
is.
last week in Dallas. I competed in Dallas and I did the same thing.
Onto your hip.
Yeah. Oh.
Back it up.
Well, there you go. She's trying to kick out a little bit. Rachel is
1
also
minute, let's
a
go,
yogi,
Rachel.
so she's just an incredible athlete. Both of these women look like athletes.
Turn her to the side. Yeah, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, he's under the chin. Let's see.
let's
Maybe.
go.
Fighting
Let's
her.
go.
Let's
Let's
She has the
go.
collar.
Yep.
Let's see if she
Get the cans and turn
That's
the
what I
leg
was thinking.
over.
Switch over for a bow and arrow.
Leg over.
a little
Yes,
VID
yes.
now. Yeah, I'm a 10-point round belt, so don't expect too much. I'll try my best.
Okay.
There you go. Good thing this is only one of 2 gi matches tonight.
Yeah. The other one,
But,
Pee-wees.
but you know, I love training the gi as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's just,
I really think it benefits, I mean, both the gi game and the no gi game. Oh, Jasmine's out now and she's passing.
good pressure. She's keeping those hips up, not moving. Yeah, about 20
Oh.
seconds. Ooh.
Rachel with that yoga coming in handy.
Ooh, so we have about 15 seconds left. Ooh.
I think she has that opposite arm in. She needs to adjust if she really wants to threaten that. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
about
Kimura.
5 seconds left.
Attempt.
And maybe I need to find a time clock person over here.
And time.
Time,
Seems
let's see.
like.
There we go. Who are you going to give that one to?
Yeah, you know, oh, it's a tough one. I think Rachel had a lot more submission attempts, you know, and she was really attacking towards the end there.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to give it, if they decide to go to referee's decision,
Let's see.
but we'll see.
Let's see.
Did they elect? Are
Let's
they
see.
going to choose?
Hold on a second. Richard, elect.
Oh.
I had to correct them. So we are in the overtime. She denied. So right now she already denied. So they're going to go into ref's decision.
Okay.
Mhm. So they didn't want to go for the takedown. So now they're relying to the
It's really
refs.
close.
Let's see who wins. And we're
Yep.
red
Rachel.
red corner. Rachel is our winner.
Yep.
Yep. So here we go. They don't know. They can't hear us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So we get to.
Oh, that was a good opening match.
Yeah, they both had submission attempts. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, you know, Rachel was able to turn her around at the end, and so that was awesome. Next,
You know, it's pretty incredible that these blue belts get an opportunity to do super fights. We didn't have that when I was a blue belt. You know, it was IBJJF and maybe Naga, and that was it.
yeah. All right. So I usually, you know, I try to put on a few blue belts, purple belts, trying to mix it up a little bit. This could be for the time clock. So it's time to start. So next we have Bianca Sophia Marshall. She's out of Mythic BJJ.
Where's Mythic? I tried to find that.
So this is a brand new school. Jeff Nolasco, black belt under Chigina. Mm-hmm. Okay, he was the head instructor at UFC Gym La Mirada for a while.
I see.
And so this is going to be in Fullerton.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's brand new, like I said, so they're still working on their location
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
Now, is
But she-
Bianca a sub on the shore vet?
yes, she is a sub on the shore vet. She competed in our last show against any Druckery.
Mm-hmm.
She lost decision. So she's been on the stage with us before.
Oh, nice.
And next we have Rachel Cedillos.
Mm-hmm. From Nick Diaz Academy?
Yes, it's like, is she going to compete with the glasses?
Yeah.
Took her a second to realize what was going on there. All right,
So Nick's Academy is heavy on the MMA, so we'd expect her to come out pretty
I'd say-
aggressive.
Yeah, I would say a lot of top position and wrestling, but that's, you know, hypothetical here, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Oh, and juggle guard.
Definitely not.
Right, so that's what happens when you think you know things.
Yeah.
So a little different also. Blue belts are allowed all submissions. right?
Oh,
So
okay.
They can read, they can heel hook.
Oh,
right?
wow.
No gi wise. Right?
Yeah, sure.
So the gi didn't have that option.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't reap or heel hook. So
So Rachel is coming
she
out
is-
pretty
right,
strong.
Yes, after, you know, pulling guard, she is on top.
Yeah.
Back to winning.
Really nice pressure on that. She's trying to turn her hips away with that lace up
Yeah.
with the legs, which is nice. I love that. It
It's a
always
little
exposes the back.
Little freestyle wrestling technique. Leg lace, not allowing them to move their hips and stay
Mhm.
control there. So they're kind of off in the
I-
corner behind the pole, so we're losing a little sight.
Yeah, what we can.
Oh, we can
Look
watch
at that.
this. Let's see.
Oh, we're coming on an arm.
I have it.
Threatening. But it looks like,
escape.
Bianca has escaped.
You guys,
And they're back to a double guard. Rachel stood up again. She seems to prefer that top position. Bianca's got the straight ankle. She's trying to attack that, but I don't
really extend it. She let her just build up.
Yeah.
And, you know, rather go. Wait, maybe she got the hook. Maybe. So let's see. I say she can go
She's
outside
trying
triangle.
to boot.
And then she's gonna switch. This is my guesstimate. Oh, there she goes, straight ankle.
Oh, it's pretty
Right.
close. She's got to clear that bottom leg and get her hips
there.
over.
She turned it back in. Look at Rachel's like, no, I'm gonna attack your ankle too if you want to play.
Yeah.
So now we're playing high noon. Let's see who gets it first, right? So they're both in a, I would say, threatening position. They're both going for straight ankle lock, which I think in a sense, this guy who's a little bit more pain tolerance, right? Neither is attacking the heel hook, even though they have that option.
Right.
Oh, Rachel switched it over to the other side.
Well, it seems like, unless you're part of the 10th Planet crew, a lot of the women, they don't tend to do a lot of heel hooks, right? Now it's kind of changed a little bit, but that straight ankle is always there, especially for blue belts. And if they're used to competing at some of these points-based tournaments and they don't have the heel hook option, it's not something that comes naturally to them.
I was going to say, I'm going to have to call you on that because our last event, you should have seen all the heel hooks.
Yeah.
But then I'm kind of going back through the matches and seeing who did the heel hooks. I'm like, oh, wait.
Oh, all 10th Planet. Yeah.
No, we had a pretty nice heel hook, I think, from a vet that's on the show tonight. Claudia Henriquez hit a sweet heel hook, and she's at a check mat.
Oh. Which check mat, though?
Silva.
Okay.
Silva. I'm not sure where that is at in the LA area, I think.
We've lost view, but we can see it over here.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting we have this nice monitor so we can watch the matches.
So we got Rachel still threatening that straight ankle.
Bianca's trying to, when she's, attacking the defense of the hands, rather than getting her knee free, which
it's important.
It's important, right? So I would say when you're trying to get free, whether you're attacking or defending, it's about getting the knee free. All right, so if you're grabbing her hands, which yes, it does negate the submission, that's not what's going to stop the submission.
Oh, sure. And she's doing a good job of booting that foot as well.
The toes are up. She got the heel tucked in towards the ribs. And Rachel's still pretty active. I mean, I would like to see, I feel like if one of them just decided to switch, to the heel, it might change up.
Gosh, it's right there, too. She's got a good lock on that, above that knee, on that leg.
If we have any 10th Planet, they're probably saying, X break. Because that's all I'm saying right now. Where's the X break?
Right.
I'm just waiting for it. Her hands are up there. You just want to grab it, slide it over her right foot, right, and just extend. But we're going to have to give her some 10P techniques.
Right. Share all the details. Maybe they can watch later and drill.
But this is already going in 5 minutes. We got under 2 minutes left, and Rachel's been on that ankle this whole time. So unless Bianca decides to get out and turn the submissions around, she's gonna have to get a finish.
Yeah.
And so escape isn't gonna.
I feel like Bianca's legs are so long. Rachel really needs to push her away to try to get toward the end of that leg. Really threaten. Now she's up near the calf, and you can pull as hard as you want, but if you're up near the calf, it's all that nice soft tissue. You're not going to get a tap.
Okay. Exactly. And see there now, Bianca's starting to kind of go for that heel. So no, she started to, but she still has my ankle. But again, like you said, she's on the calf, so there's not much threatening, and she's really pushing on that calf. But that's not the Achilles. See there, Bianca's trying to shove the toes.
Here. It looked like she was looking for.
Yeah, she is. She's trying to get those toes. She's attacking the toes, right? And again, Rachel's just on that calf. If she slides down to the Achilles, she might have a chance. But
maybe bring that outside leg over and push against her hip. Just kind of push her down a little bit.
Here we go again. Tucking the elbow. You got it. Put it in the armpit. She's trying. She only has 40 seconds, so we'll see what happens here when you're playing this game. Anything can happen with heels.
For sure.
Ankles. Now Rachel's controlling both ankles. There you go. Ooh.
With only 25 seconds left, Bianca really needs to try something, because otherwise I have Rachel winning this fight. Just hanging on that.
Yeah, she's trying to get those toes. Wait, there she got those toes in. Hold
on.
Oh, she she had those toes in. It was I got excited there.
Yeah. Hey.
There we go again.
Oh.
And
Ah, there we
so
go.
let's see what they decide. You know, I'm assume that Bianca's gonna want the overtime, but Rachel, in my mind, no, she won. So
Right. So if one says yes and one says no to the overtime, you have to go to overtime, right?
no, they both have to say yes. They both have to say yes. So right now it doesn't really play a part because, and I'll tell you why here in a second.
Okay,
When the
let's see who-
overtime.
Yep. Rachel wins it.
Wins, so she's gonna come up and.
All right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, she had that straight ankle lock, and she was really being the aggressor here.
So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and look at some sponsors here. Hopefully in
Yeah.
a second. We're gonna take just a quick, let them clean the mats. Yeah, tell them to clean the mats. So we got Homegirl. Ooh, this is Tiffany out of Long Beach. They support women's empowerment. So she was a sponsor on our last show. I don't know if they can hear us. Maybe they can. During the commercial.
And Mystic Fightwear, is that correct?
Yes, Mystic Fightwear is one of our sponsors for this show. They are sponsoring our sub of the night with some sweet bags, some gear bags, and a plaque for submission of the night.
Oh, nice.
And they did our last show, and they got the opportunity to do the EPI combat, like the following, like I think 2 weeks later, a week later, because they were at our show.
Oh,
and
cool.
Master Vic was, I like your work, like
Yeah.
come do our show. Right? So you know, Kate, she's out of Arizona. If you don't, yeah. So.
Oh no, I didn't. Out of Phoenix, probably
Yeah, she's out
Phoenix.
of
Yeah.
She's out of Phoenix. So maybe you should connect with
Yeah, I
her.
might have to hit her up. Arizona local. I always like to support local.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's not, you know, Tucson, Arizona. Arizona. I mean, Arizonans have a lot of pride. So you know, even if it is Phoenix. But those look like pretty hot rash guards there. And the gear bag is, you know, it looked pretty fancy on your post.
Oh yeah, I was like, I wanted one, but she said I couldn't have one, so I was like, fine, do that one.
All right, so
So next we have coming to the stage is Gina Mcgee. I always call her Magooey. Gina Mcgee. Out of 10th Planet Oceanside.
and she has both a super fight and she's in the tournament, isn't she?
Yes. So she's staying pretty active tonight.
That's cool.
So initially she was just a super fight, and then we had a pull out, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll take the spot," right? And then her opponent, who had the super fight, Carolina Ramirez, who should be coming up next. Another pull out last night.
Oh wow.
So we had two girls pull out, and Carolina's like, "Yeah, I'll take it. More
That's
matches, why
cool.
not?"
Right
You
on.
know, and get some moolah, hopefully.
Yeah.
So these are both bets from our last show.
Uh-huh.
Gina was in the tournament. She had an awesome show, winning 2 matches, and then Carolina's my like late replacement girl. She's good to go whenever.
Yeah.
She stepped up to take on a bigger match last show. And stepped up like I think 15 pounds under. Ooh, that
Oh
was.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Straight pulling guard straight to a triangle.
Can she win both?
Trying to attack that armbar.
Oh goodness gracious, that was
That was fast.
Can we get a replay? Do we have replays on here?
Gosh, I wish we did.
That was fast.
Wow, and we
Oh,
got the
goodness
tap.
gracious.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
That's
was-
exciting. Nice little warm up for Gina for the tournament.
So we got Gina. What, a flying triangle? Is that what it was?
Yeah, right? That was,
I
yeah.
think we should bring her up here in a second. We're going to have to bring her on the next one, right? So we'll bring her up and ask her, like,
What was that?
What was that? Because I didn't see it. So we have her teammate coming up next.
Yeah.
But you know, we're going to grab her in a second once we get these.
And Gina, I saw some pretty impressive fights. She had been on high rollers, you know, being 10th Planet, of course. They have that opportunity. But that was slick. That was, you know, considering she's just a purple belt, that's terrifying, you know, for someone like me.
I think, you know, her mindset is just, since the last event has really grown. Like, I've known her for a while and watched her compete on this, you know, in the SoCal area. And invited her to the last tournament, and she just had an awesome showing.
Yeah.
Right? So and then since then, she's just been
That's
improving
cool.
constantly.
Well, when you have success like that, especially on a stage like this, I mean, that can only do wonders for your confidence.
Yes.
So we got Theresa Rose Callaway from 10th Planet San Diego.
Yes. Biggie's in her corner, and she stepped up for our. She's a vet. She did our tournament last time as well, and
she's incredibly active on the local scene.
she had a tough match. She had Tabitha Ricky. She gave her a run, but in the end, Tabitha, I think, was just a little bigger.
Yeah.
And was able to darce her. But I just love her. I love Theresa's energy.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, she's a professional cook, too.
A cook?
Professional cook.
No kidding.
Right? I have to tell her to, what's it called? Cater one of my shows.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
right.
my goal, right? So.
It's pretty badass. You don't think about a cook being, so intense.
Right. Wait till you see how, her energy on here, right? Next is a new face for me. Desiree
Medel?
Medel.
From Warumbi Academy in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah, so I was trying to find those names too.
Yeah.
But new face, so I'm excited to see these two.
Oh, shoot. Desiree just got her blue belt in December 2019, from what I understand.
So she's fresh.
Super fresh.
And so, again, that's what's awesome about these tournaments. Blue belt and ups, I put them on, give them opportunity, grow their name. You want to watch these competitors grow, and hopefully, we're just keep doing these shows and growing the names.
Yeah. Theresa is really aggressive. That the matches I saw of her, just like this, just coming out like a bulldog.
So, yeah, swinging those arms, head moving, those legs look like she got some muscle there to blast through a double.
Yeah. Well, shoot.
I'm waiting for
she threw a flying Kimura at a Naga in October, I saw. It was pretty intense.
I think I know what highlight you're talking about. She sent me some highlights, and that's all. I was like, yeah, you're on the go. Right. I think, okay, that's what I was doing. I was reffing a tournament at my gym. It was a World Series of Submission, and she just walked out there, head snap, guillotine, 20 seconds. I was like, hey, you want to come to my tournament?
Yeah, that's cool.
Right, no, but she had a good show. So, and right now they're just pretty active on her feet. Desiree seems to be pretty relaxed. If it's not phasing her,
no.
She's come on, do something I haven't seen, kind of thing.
Right. I would like to see her engage a little bit more.
Yes. Oh, she's gonna
In full guard.
Oh.
Nice knee slice attempt from Theresa.
Oh, keeping those legs active, pushing her back. Oh, she's like, nope, didn't want to come up. Saw her running.
I like how Teresa's trying to pass on both sides. That's really critical.
That takes skill.
It does, and I feel like as a blue belt, that's pretty impressive because you don't really develop that until you're purple belt most of the time.
At purple?
At purple.
Oh man, I'm kind of late. I kind of just started. I'll be honest. I just really started working both sides. I have both sides, but it's one pass
sure.
for each side, right?
Yeah.
I can't do the same pass to both sides. It's I got this option on the right, this option on the left.
Right.
And that's it. Not the same pass both sides. So right now we're playing trying to get the position game going, and although Theresa's super active, she's just not getting past her guard.
No.
Right.
She needs to. There we go. We might have gotten there. Stacking the neck.
Yes. No, she,
Nice little guillotine, but Desiree still has her in her half guard.
Keeping that shoulder high so that Darce isn't as Theresa's still locking up, trying to
going
power
towards
through that. Yes.
Almost a Peruvian. What do they call it when you still have the leg? Is it like a German necktie?
A Chinese necktie, Peruvian necktie.
Okay.
I think Chinese necktie, I think.
Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys want to message me at school.
And we got the tap.
There you go.
That's cool. I do like attacking the neck from half guard. I feel like, when you're attacking the neck, all they can think about is, not tapping, and they'll open that guard, and it gives you a really good opportunity to either advance to a better position or get points. We're trying to signal.
Yeah, we're trying to give them a halt so we get the mats cleaned here in a second. Clean, and we're going to go ahead and run our commercials. Maybe we have some commercials, some highlights here. We'll see what we got going on. I'm going to take a second to step off from the mic. Maybe Heather might inform me of her background because we have 2 Arizonians coming up to the
We
net.
do. Yeah. They're facing each other, and actually they've fought each other multiple times, which is cool. We have Mary Held versus Sophia Magana, and Sophia is a twin. Her sister Maria Magana is Benson Henderson's wife, and a brown belt and a beast in her own right. She taught I think there was a Girls and Geese I was doing a seminar at, and she taught some pretty fire wrestling, which is cool. I love to see women wrestling.
So last show I tried to get Maria. I tried to get Maria's. So last show I tried to get Maria out for a show, right? And I went through Sophia because I actually would train at the MMA lab like 3 months out the year. I'll go to the Glendale, stay out there during my MMA days, you know, but not so much anymore. And I was trying to get her out. I was just like, hey, I want some just different, variety. And I even tried to get Benson Henderson.
Oh, that would be cool.
But then I realized, I'm gonna stick to the ladies, give the ladies their show.
Right.
And that was
appreciated.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
Much better. So next we have Mary
And
coming up.
she's from Reese Rosenberg BJJ.
I hope this is her song. I'm playing. Oh, I'm playing DJ, Matt Controller, and
Oh, here
so
we go.
I got the song wrong. She looked at me. She's like, "That's not my song." I'm like, "Well,
Whatever.
You're just gonna have to go with it. I'm sorry."
Mary is from Reese Rosenberg BJJ in Scottsdale, Arizona, and she's actually fought at some bullpen tournaments in Tucson. That's Tony and Mercedes. They're at 10 Planet Tucson have put that on, so she has quite a bit of experience with the sub only.
I was up at 10 Planet Tucson in January.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Not there. Not there. I went out for Last Warrior Standing.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right. Now we have Sophia Magana from Marcio Andres. So she was at the lab. Now she's at Marcio Andres, where also Brenda Keller is. And Brenda is a beast. She's legit. And now Sophia's actually a blue belt. This is a purple belt match, but
This is a purple belt no-gi match, but that's why they're doing no-gi. Jump right to guard. I mean, these, like, right away, just that, like...
well, these roosters are
Explosive.
always so intense. I love it.
Quote by Sophia at pre-weigh-ins. I'm a big rooster.
Yeah, she did say that. Sophia's climbing up towards that armbar. Mary's trying to escape.
I think she got the elbow. I think she got the elbow.
Oh, no, she's... Oh, yeah, that's damn close.
That's pretty deep, and oh my goodness.
Sophia's...
goodness, great. Look at that.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna clap for
That's
that one.
incredible.
That
is nice.
I got excited. Good job.
Well, that had me on the
I sat
on the front of my seat.
I was scared.
Both of these girls are really scrappy and like wrestling and like being, strong passers. And so this is an exciting matchup.
So you said before they've had quite a few matches against
They
each other.
have, yeah. I believe they fought each other at bullpen.
Do you know the where they're at in their match?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like they both attack each other because it looks
Oh, yeah. And they're friendly off the mat, but when you're on the mat,
competition time. I don't care who you are.
yeah, you're not friends on the mat. Afterwards, you can hug it out.
I think that's one big thing. As a wrestler, like when you saw your teammate on the mat, it was like for the starter spot. So there was no like, hey, that's my teammate.
Yeah, right. We're going for a calf slicer.
Yeah, and a toe hold. She defended the calf slice with a toe hold.
I think the toe hold's a little bit stronger.
I think once her toe hold just got grabbed, Sophia kind of gave up on the calf slice. She changed it to knee bar. Goodness gracious.
She's got a
goodness.
Good defense, both ladies. Man.
I do not want to be the ref in this position.
No, this is intense.
I don't know I can't, because I'm getting so excited. Oh, we got a heel hook and a toe hold and a knee bar. And I think 10P, if that was a honey hold, Tony Montana. Like,
right.
I can't keep up. So much going on. And we're only 3 minutes in.
Yeah. Oh,
With like
oh wow. Shoot.
4.5 minutes left.
We have the entire second half of this left. Wow, this is intense. Sophia's doing a good job. She's trying to get underneath her. Mary is an excellent base. Of course, she's like 2 feet tall, so like there's like
So the knee, she has to slide that knee out. She can't leave it in there. We go.
Up.
Oh, goodness. She gave up.
Oh,
And right to the head.
Dang.
They're like transitioning from like one position to another during that position during submissions. Like there's no rest period on them right now.
Mary looks like she might attack a toe hold. No, just banded it. Sophia's looking for that Kimura grip.
Straight, yes. Mary's kind of settling Sophia down now by like just pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's kind of putting all that heavy weight on her.
Sophia's got to get out of here. You know, both of these fighters are more top players, and you know, Sophia being on the bottom is kind of at a disadvantage because I don't think she has a lot of attacks from here. So if she can get to her knees, yeah.
Oh, there, oh.
Oh, but Mary is trying to go to.
She's just knee slide, getting that knee out.
Oh.
She's starting to put her butt up, shake her off, but she's not gonna.
Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, and she lets her up. Let's see.
I think this is one of the situations where you don't want to leave it to the rest, right?
No.
So like, let's just say they're both throwing submission, so there's a good chance we see a submission, but they're also both defending like extremely well.
Right, right.
Ooh.
Oh.
A semi knee tap,
wow.
but I think she sat into it.
Sophia gets to the top position. She has that underhook. She's going to try to come to mount maybe, and she needs to keep Mary on her back. Mary gets the guard, keeping that posture down pretty well. I think Sophia needs to get out of here and start attacking, because at this point I think Mary has 3 pretty solid.
She has some significant locked up submission. Although Sophia's attack, they've been a little on the looser side.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's just something.
Except for that first armbar, which looked really
like,
tight.
oh, good. That first one, you know, like that's probably like as good as 2.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so. Again, I don't know what it depends on the ref's angle. You know, maybe the ref saw something that looked tighter.
Sure.
Right, so we'll go from. We got 2 minutes left, so guys, you got tons of time on this match of excitement. Here's the funny thing. I think I could be wrong. I think they had breakfast together this morning.
They ate at the same spot, not together. I was there. I was there.
You were supposed to play along. I knew.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Trying to set up the storyline.
I didn't want to,
set up the
spread any rumors here.
Trying to set up the storyline. Broken Yoke is an awesome restaurant.
Yeah, I was impressed. Mary with the armbar attack from the triangle. No armbar.
What's
Sophia
awesome,
gets out.
They've attacked very like a high versatile, like many submissions, right? Arm bars, leg locks, cap slicers, kimuras. So you're not seeing like the same submission over and over.
No, right.
They're attacking where they're at and what's available.
A nice variety. And
yes.
You know, I feel like that is a.
Oh, again, the elbows.
Dang,
there's that elbow. She's got the elbow free.
Oh, that's super tight. Oh, she lets go. You know, I think the variety of submissions. That's pretty indicative of the smaller grapplers. You know, all of our training partners are much larger than us, and so when we do attack, it's usually from a position that our training partners put us in.
Very true. Very true. We gotta take, exactly like you said, take what we can get, right?
For sure.
Where are we going here?
No.
She's like, come on.
Sophia gets top position. I still think, she has to attack a little bit more. She had two pretty
nasty armbars.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Like, again, I can't say because.
Yeah, I don't want to rush this. But I think these ladies would probably go to overtime.
I hope they do. I want to see it.
I do too.
There's 10 seconds left, so this is so here's what I was going to say earlier. Now, this one doesn't play a part because in our last show, if you decided to go in overtime and you won in overtime, you got paid more. So you got paid more for going to overtime.
Oh,
right?
so it encouraged.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's
so
nice.
them, right? So
Yeah.
you could take the win, or you could take the chance of better pay.
Yeah.
So let's see what they're gonna do here. Let's see. Sophia says no. Oh, let's see. Yep. So they go right to the ref's decision.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think they're gonna give this to?
Oh man. Oh, this is a tough one.
Man, they're both like working hard here. I'm gonna let them sit for a while. Let them think about it. Go ahead. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Sophia,
Yeah.
let's
They
see.
were the more dangerous of the attacks, I think.
Yes. There's the extension of that
Yeah.
armbar. Yes.
Excellent
Yes,
performance
great
by
match.
both ladies.
Yes, I know, I'm
Wow.
impressed. So, and that's definitely like fight of the night performance.
Oh,
I
for
don't know
sure.
if we have a fight of the night performance
Dude.
award though. I'm gonna have to talk to
Come
somebody.
on.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
talk to somebody.
Who do we
Like,
talk to
hey,
about that?
So sponsors, if you guys are listening right now, if you guys want to send some money out for that,
Yeah.
if you guys want to send some product, let's hit up Mary and Sophia.
'Cause that was impressive.
Yes. So next we have our last match of the super fight. Oh, well, not last match of the super fights, but the first part for the kids. It's
Before the tournament.
Before the tournament, yes.
So we have Sierra Fawn from Outliers BHJJ in Santee, California, and April Godinez from Storm MMA. These are 85-pound yellow belts in the gi. Well, it looks like Sierra's wearing a gray and white belt. Or April, rather. Who's first? Well, this is April.
April. Sorry. Again, they're getting mad at me for the DJ songs. Right? My DJs aren't working as good as I wanted them to. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there we go. I saw what I did. I'm sorry, ladies.
April.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
minutes?
They're going to
Oh.
be 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So these are 5-minute matches for
Yes.
these ladies.
Uh,
Both of them incredibly active competitors. IBJJF Kids champions, SJJIF world champions. They've both been on Fight to Win, I believe.
Ooh,
might be
crowd's
wrong.
getting excited. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, so Sarah's been pretty active in the Fight to Win stage. I haven't seen much. Personally, I haven't seen much of April.
Yeah.
She's, there is a significant height difference, but they're only a year apart.
Oh, wow.
We have a 12 and 11. Right. So.
And both of these ladies really like attacking from the guard. So Sierra has she pulled guard, and so she's trying to get April's posture down. I love watching these young ladies.
Future of our sport, right?
It's exciting to watch, but also, at the same time terrifying, because I know at some point they're going to be black belts. And just like learning a language, if they say before the age of 13, if you start learning a language, I mean, your ability to become fluent is just. Whoa, Sierra has the armbar attack.
April stack. She's kind of not under the arm
Oh.
move. She got knocked over.
We need to build back up.
I don't think she really has both arms, so it's a little hard for her to tap, right?
Shoot bellies.
I hope the reps is. Oh,
Ooh,
goodness gracious. The
good
flexibility of
defense.
those ladies. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and right back to it.
Oh.
Right back to it. She didn't really move those hands. There we go.
She's
But again,
out.
she's out again. Let's
try to
don't go right.
pass. I know,
go
right?
back in the legs again.
No, April did a good job. Fooled her twice. She's not going to get in there again. Except, Sierra's attacks from the guard are really impressive here.
Oh, and right to the triangle and arm bar. Like, she's staying active again. Like we said that she, I said she was a shorter, but she's still able to stay extremely active on those arms. I don't know if the height's playing a part, and that's why she can't extend the arm bar, or.
I know, you'd think it'd be easier with the height. And so much more arm to extend, and we get the tap. Sierra
there we go. We got
wins
the
by
tap.
arm bar.
Yes. So that was our impressive. Just constant attacks, right? Constant attacks out of her.
That was great performance.
Yes,
I mean, even April, I would have tapped a long time ago.
let's see. Who do you want to? Let's go ahead
Great
and take a
performance
break
from these ladies.
for our matches. I'm going to go ahead and step off the mic here for a second, and I'm going to put one of our competitors on with you. Give me a second here.
Yeah, let's do it. So we're doing a slight intermission, cleaning the mats. Next up is going to be our 125-pound purple belt tournament, our first round. While we're kind of preparing for that, we're going to get somebody. Yeah.
Do I put this on?
Yep, so put that on. We're just going to have you introduce yourself to our viewers and, break down your previous match. That was phenomenal.
Thank you. My name is Gina Mcgee. I train at a 10 Planet Oceanside, and I just saw the arm and I went for it. So
it was incredible. It was so fast. Do you drill that at?
No, I don't really do that to my teammates, but I feel too mean if I do flying or jumping stuff. But triangles I love. So arm bars, triangles, kimuras, those are all my.
So you don't train this at home, but you just decided to pull it out of your pocket here.
Yeah, I don't do any flying stuff. I don't even pull. I don't do jumping guard too much, just because I feel
it's terrifying. Yeah.
Well, with my teammates,
Sure.
I don't want to hurt them. So. Yeah.
So who are your main training partners there?
Well, the girls that I train with a lot are Kiana. She's a new purple belt now, so we put it on each other a lot. And have a couple blue belt girls now too, Ariana and Alexis. So they're pretty consistent. And then I train with a lot of the guys too. So
yeah, right. Well, you can't avoid it.
Yeah. So that's why I decided to do this tournament, because I'm like, well, I'm going with guys all the time, so might as well bump up a weight.
Yeah. And you're one of the matches in the tournament as well. So you had a super fight. And
right. First I was asked to do the super fight, and I said, yeah, no problem. And then I guess a few girls had dropped out of the tournament, so Albert asked if I wanted to do that too. I said, why not?
Yeah, right
after
on. You're
quarantine and not rolling for a while, like get all the competition I can, while I can.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah.
No, that's impressive. I like when, you have competitors that go out and do whatever they can. It always blows my mind that if you're at a tournament and you qualify for, open class, like, why not?
Yeah, why not is my mentality too.
Yeah.
So
it's exciting. Are you a California native?
No, I'm actually from Yuma, Arizona. It's a small town. Yeah,
Arizona local. Yeah. I'm from Tucson.
Oh, really? We're crazy.
Yeah.
From the desert. So I just moved to Oceanside. Kind of just had changes in my life and decided to move and train at 10 Planet Oceanside.
So you had been training before?
Yeah, I was training with 10 Planet in Yuma at a little MMA school, and it was like 3 times a week, no gi, and I'm coming up on my 5th year of jiu-jitsu pretty soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I trained there a few years, and I've been out here almost, I think it'll be 3 years soon. So I was training there a couple years, and then,
Yeah, that's exciting.
2.5 years now here, so.
Right, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So just completely no gi?
Completely no gi. I did some gi, like maybe 6 months, a day a week or something like that. But and I like gi, but I prefer no gi because I feel like it's more realistic. But
it's a little more dynamic.
Yeah.
Goes a little faster. Yeah. Streets
in the street. So if anyone's trying to do something in the street, I'll just do a flying triangle and then.
Right. Oh yeah, because it's so realistic.
Just kidding.
So Del, what do you do off the mat? Like,
I just work at a dental office during the week. I work full time Monday through Friday, and then I train every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m.
Wow.
I try to do 6 a.m.s, and I get crap for not going, but it's hard to go sometimes when I get home at 9 something, shower, eat, go to sleep at 11:30, something like that. So, but yeah, I train as much as I can, and I love training here. California has like really good jiu-jitsu.
I mean, it's a mecca, the U.S. mecca anyway.
Yeah. Really, a lot of talent out there. So. Yeah.
No, I train, so I started out in Arizona and then traveled a little bit for college and grad school and work. But, when I decided to make the decision to, take jiu-jitsu a little bit more seriously, I mean, California was the obvious choice. Southern California especially.
I love it here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to seeing you during the tournament.
Yeah, I'll be out there soon. I think they're going to start now. So.
Yeah, I think so. We'll let you get focused.
Thank you so much.
We've got some sponsors up now. Got Homegirl Clothing Company. Here we go. First match of the 125-pound purple belt. We have Amanda Bruce from Atos BJJ. She's one of my training partners. This is exciting. And she was supposed to fight Natalie Toma from 10P headquarters, but then we had a last-minute pull out, and now she's going to face Juliana Miller.
Yes, Juliana Miller stepped up literally like last day, I think yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Right, it was like, I'll take it, I'll cut the weight, I'll make it.
Wow.
Right, so she came in and took advantage of this opportunity, right? So this is our EBI tournament. So now it's going to be a little different. 10 minutes. 10-minute, right? And
with EBI rule overtime.
EBI rule overtime. So it'll be a little different than our no decision, right? So we're going to have a winner and some.
Yeah.
She's getting a little excited. She got the dance going on, right? Yeah,
so Juliana is from 10th Planet San Diego. She trains with Boogeyman out there. So she should be pretty familiar with the EBI rule set.
Shit, you better be.
Yeah.
Right.
Amanda with a pull right to
hesitation, right
attempting the straight to heel hook.
Deep. She got she released the heel, but Juliana went back and tacked it too. Oh goodness, constant rolls.
Great rolls.
Yes. Oh God.
Amanda really likes attacking the legs. She's got a really solid knee bar as well. I trained with her at Nogi Worlds Camp. Come here with the anacondas. That's deep.
I didn't really see the entry. I was, being a bad commentator and trying to play with this music over here, but I saw the aftermath and it looks pretty deep. She's trying to climb over.
Juliana's doing a good job of creating some space, despite Amanda's.
With both these deep submission locks, Juliana stayed pretty calm. It wasn't like she freaked out and panicked. Right. So. Well,
they're pretty well known for their darces there at 10 Planet San Diego, so you got to get pretty comfortable being deep in a choke.
I've traveled up there a few times, and those morning classes, 6 a.m.
Oh,
it's quite different.
Oh, I bet.
6 a.m. It's freezing in there, Boogie. You got to get some hitters, buddy. Yeah, but that probably what makes them so tough.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because, man, my toes hurt for like 3 hours after practice. I was like, I'm not coming back. Not because of the jiu-jitsu, because my toes hurt so bad.
And that's in San Diego, California.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
When did I go? I think I went, because I went before, right before the last triangle arm
tacking
bar,
that arm.
extending the arms.
Juliana's keeping just a little bit of a bend in that arm.
So I extend the hips, and then she's kind of going down, relaxed. Oh, she's using her legs to defend. Oh, goodness gracious.
Right, creating that space.
She was able just to reach across and grab her. I'm like, hey, give my hand back. So long, Juliana's long.
Really strong Juliana needs to keep some pressure on Amanda. Amanda is so aggressive, such an impressive fighter. She was a 2019 Nogi World Champion as a purple belt. She's still a purple belt.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I thought,
Amanda's going belly down on this, but I don't think she has the right angle on that arm.
So I saw Amanda compete at Nogi Worlds.
Yeah.
And that is where I asked her to be on my last show.
Yeah.
I was just impressed that she had a tough match every match. Like, there was no easy match for her, and she came out on top. And she was in our last tournament, but, unfortunately she got hurt right before they're going for calf slice, or no.
A knee bar.
Knee bar now. And she gets it back. And she got hurt, a few days before. I was excited to see her. She had a tough match at 10th Planet El Paso.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. But, now she's doing this event. And I think she's going to do our advanced 25 tournament. She signed up for that as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. She's tough. The Nogi Worlds camp that I did out there at Atos HQ, she was one of my toughest training partners. She's just so scrappy, so strong. And, it's almost, she feels like I'm rolling against myself, It's really bizarre feeling. Because she does that heavy pressure passing, and she is a great wrestler, and she does those knee bars.
I think I rolled with her once at our open mat, 10th Planet Costa Mesa, as I had all the ladies come and do interviews and film and promo for the Queen Mary, and got an opportunity to roll with her, and I was like,
Yeah, you
God, the
can't sleep.
The transitions.
I know. You
Like
can't
there's no rest period. Usually now, like I'm at that point, like, you know, somebody passed, I can relax. Cool, I gotta settle position. Let me relax a second. Let's take a breather. Then let's go from there, right?
Yeah,
but she's
no
like,
breathers.
no, you gotta
No.
keep working. If not, I'm gonna catch something, right? And
She has that mounted guillotine on there, really trying to put those hips into it. But you know, Juliana has great defense.
Yeah, like everything's been pretty deep, and Juliana has like defended calmly.
Calm,
You know? Yes.
exceptional composure.
No, like just crazy panic defense, but like you said, composure, staying relaxed, doing the right things. And you know, watching Boogie, he usually you could tell by the coach too. You see your coach kind of freak out. You're like, ooh,
Yeah,
we're in a
right.
bad position. But Boogie's just as calm. You know, he's like, no, she's fine.
Well, I think he's always calm though. I don't think I've ever seen Boogie get worked up. So Juliana's trying to attack that leg now.
But
See
this
where she
match,
goes
you know,
from
they've
here.
both been in pretty good attacking positions. You know, it hasn't been one-sided.
Amanda, I think, is trying to
the-
see where she's going from this.
You know, look, if you're the ladies that are in this tournament, watching this match, what do you think?
Oh man, I mean, both of these competitors are really tough. And then Juliana stepping in last minute. You know, for the other ladies, you have an opportunity to kind of study up on your opponents and maybe expect something. Juliana, not so much. Amanda gets the top position.
I think you're going to see Juliana, you hear Boogie scream back to the mat. Now I can give her the opportunity to take her back. Amanda's climbing. It's kind of high now. She's probably going to have to bail to an arm here, it looks like.
She may switch over to a triangle, though, position. No.
Kimura? Maybe Kimura armbar. There we go. She's trying. The famous Ronda Rousey.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, she didn't make it, but, you know, that's why everybody does
Right.
do the Ronda. I need a name. I need a technique named after me.
Right.
Then I'll know I made it.
Yeah. Good job. Amanda still has that arm.
I think she's just not deep on that. Oh,
No.
she is deep on that. I mean, she's under the elbow. She just can't settle into the shoulder with her.
Right.
Right. So we got about 3.5 minutes into this match, or left into this match.
Oh, jeez. These are
10 minutes. 10 minutes are a long time.
It is a long time.
There is
And as
no-
purple belts, you know, how often do they fight 10-minute matches? Not very
Unless
often.
you're an active EBI competitor, which, you know, you have to be at a purple belt. You have to be.
Oh, Juliana's trying to attack that toe.
Yeah. You have to be a standout to be able to compete in these EBI events at a purple belt.
Sure.
This one's specifically purple belt. So, I mean, of course, they get this opportunity. Oh, she's starting to go for that honey hole entry, trying to feed it. And if she sits back, she has that honey hole. So really, unless, again, like they're a standout competitor, they get the opportunity to compete with the higher belts at these EBI tournaments. So this is definitely a change. They get to compete with somebody at their level or,
Right.
you know, belt level. I mean, they're standouts, obviously.
You know, I almost prefer.
Ooh,
Oh,
knee bar by
wow.
Juliana.
Excellent knee bar from Juliana. Great match. Man, that was intense. Again, Juliana's composure, you know, really, I think she just didn't freak out when she was in submissions and waited for those opportunities in which she was in her game and was able to execute. That was great.
No, that was an intense match. I mean, again, had no idea who's gonna
No,
take that
right.
match, right? So next we have coming up our second match of the tournament is gonna be one of your teammates.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about
Currently, so Nicole Pavicic, I've never been able to pronounce her last name.
it?
Just Nicole. She's from 10th Planet Tucson, which is where I train currently. I'm still an Atos competitor, but you know, when I moved to Tucson, 10th Planet kind of drew me because one, I went to school with Tony Burchek. He's a former UFC fighter and owner of 10th Planet. So, you know, I knew him from before, and I knew he had really great wrestling and really great leg locks, you know, being 10th Planet system, of course. And those were the holes that I had in my game. So I figured if I'm going to be in Tucson, I'm going to work on myself. So Nicole's pretty cool. She actually came to us pretty recently. Just started training with us last November or December. She came from a GB school in Colorado Springs. So she moved down to Tucson with her boyfriend. Really flexible. Has started to really come into her own this year. So I'm excited to kind of watch her compete. And then she faces Jessie Stemple, who is also from Colorado. She's from Easton Training Center. And they've fought, I think, 3 or 4 matches already.
Funny, they come, that's how this small this jiu-jitsu community is. You come from one state to another, and you can't run away from people.
Yeah, definitely. At least at the high levels of competition,
Yes.
you're always going to see the same folks.
I've now lately that I've been doing more of these EBI tournaments. I go all the way out to Philadelphia, Chicago, and I run into the same 4 competitors every tournament. We've actually had matches at every tournament. we're both in the semis or finals, or
Sure.
all 4 of us. It's like we went to San Diego, Boogie's tournament. We were all in the semis.
Yeah.
We go to Philadelphia, we're all in the semis. We go to Chicago, we're all in the semis. So this is like Austin Daffron out of Washington. We got Chewy out of Texas, El Paso, and then me. Like every dude, come on, guys.
Right.
Let's kind of get together and like pick a tournament so we can
Yeah.
so we can see who's gonna go where, right? But right now they're staying on their feet, standing up.
Yeah. Jessie's been a little bit more aggressive than Nicole, but that's her style. She tries to see where those opportunities are, such as this one. So she's attacking the neck. And Jessie did a really good job of coming out of there.
So I competed with Nicole at Last Warrior Standing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in January. One of our, second to the last competitions before
the
yeah,
world started burning.
Yes, exactly. Before the world caught on fire. She won, I think, a decision. She's just constantly, again, like what she's doing right now. She's attacking the head. Just good pressure.
Yeah.
So,
she's not a wrestler, but under Tony, he just forces you to wrestle. So she's really kind of gotten a little bit more comfortable in being on her feet, which is really cool to see. Jessie, of course, looks like she's quite comfortable on her feet. I've never seen her fight before, but she does train or she was training out there with Rosie Snow, who's an excellent competitor at the black belt level.
I think she recently competed at Fight to Win probably a few weeks ago.
That would make sense.
Yes, okay, and then I competed the following week after her. So that's why I think we kind of connected in that sense, and brought her out here. She was excited. She's like, I want to do this.
Yeah, no, she seems game. And she's off the mat, she's a pediatric occupational therapist. So she has a real job.
Oh, she doesn't do jiu-jitsu?
Nice job, Nicole. Pulling her down, attacking that neck, coming to the back.
I was expecting that Marcella team out there. I saw her reaching high.
Sure.
She decided to go for the back. She's trying to wear her down,
She's may go for that dope mount. We've been working that position a little bit more.
Oh, that means the 10th planet.
Look at that. I know. I'm learning.
I know what you're
Dark
talking
Haven,
about.
Safe Haven. Starting to. It's like learning a new language.
It is. You go to a different school and you're like, what is that?
It's like Ashi. You mean single leg X?
Yeah, single leg X. Ashi is like same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially because you're learning the single leg X and the Ashis, especially a lot of ankle locks and whatnot.
No, it's cool. I've always kind of enjoyed being a hybrid, and so it just fits right in with my game, having these weird things.
And that's what's awesome about doing these events. I do a lot of cross promotion. What I mean by cross promotion, I get an opportunity to go train with the different competitors on the show, and I'll travel to different gyms, and I get to see different instruction, just different technique. And last time I think I went to 10 different gi schools. No, I didn't go to one no gi school. It's
no way.
I was worn out.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Probably sick and tired of people grabbing your clothes.
I was like, I'm gonna do master no-gi rolls. I was excited, you know, and then it's not happening.
Oh, yeah.
So
Damn.
I was almost there, guys. No, what tournament did I do last time? I think I did Vegas. Yeah, I did master worlds in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And
How'd you like that?
The guy came up to me. He's like, my friends are gonna get on me for losing to a 10th planet guy in the gi.
Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, I did a gi choke. I did a bread cutter.
Did you?
Yes.
You know how to do that?
I do know how to do it. Yes. So I did a bread cutter. So.
Wow. That's like the 101, jiu-jitsu that they teach in the gi class, right? The first class you learn is a bread cutter.
Stick to the basics, yeah.
It's funny. I started 2.5 years completely no-gi. So even in the gi, I just use no-gi grips a lot of the time, unless it's, I can use, the position calls for grabbing the gi, lapel stuff and worm guard, but it's definitely it's different. My game's completely different gi than it is from no-gi. Nicole's...
My game's the same. It's like I have a gi on, I'm just going to try to do no-gi. I'm going to try to just get past it. Like I said, everyone's all do like the bread cut. Anything related to north-south, that's what I'll try with the gi.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's the only time I do gi stuff. Oh, and every once in a while bow and arrow, just because.
Right. It's fun, and it's flashy, and it's a great highlight. Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, if you... so I'll tell people who do no-gi, when they do like the triangle from the back, I'm like, hey, it's similar to your bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Throw that leg from the bottom up to the shoulder.
For sure.
Just like your bow and arrow.
Yeah.
So I'll tell some people it's the no-gi bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of translation, and that's I think what people forget is, and yeah, you don't have grips in no-gi, but you have other things. You have other grips. You create grips. Almost every single position in the gi has an equivalent in the no-gi.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I show. I'm like, hey, you can do this here, you can do that there. Gi or no-gi. So don't tell me.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, as a 10th planet person, I do encourage gi training.
That's great.
Right?
I think that's also a misunderstanding. Most people who've never hung around 10th planet people think, oh, they're just no-gi snobs.
Yeah, I get that. I'm like, no, I actually train more gi, technically more gi than I have no-gi, but
yeah.
I just like no-gi better.
Right.
And that's because I'm a wrestler, But
yeah.
So we are 7 minutes in. We got about 3 minutes left. The clock left.
Oh, no, we have
2:50, 2:49, 2:49.
4:30?
Oh,
I see. Wrong clock.
Wrong clock. I think that's what time it is in Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, we're streaming from Barcelona.
It's a wonderful place if you ever decide to visit.
I hope to one day.
Yeah, it's great. Do a little bit more gi, go to the Europeans, and then go to Barcelona.
That was my goal, actually. After I did so much gi training leading up to my last event, I was like, I'm going to Europeans.
Yeah, good.
Because everybody I was going to training with, that's where they were going.
Yeah,
so I was like, man, I want to go.
FOMO, fear of missing out, right?
Exactly.
So Nicole's been doing an excellent job staying on top and really creating pressure, attacking that neck. Jesse's been defending.
Ooh, nice hit
that
there,
was great.
Like perfect hit work. Oh, right to the back.
Yeah. She's going for that single arm choke.
Good. Yes. Let's see if she sinks it out. She's letting that chin out.
She needs
to
to
drop
square
that
up.
elbow.
There we go.
Let's see if she drops that elbow. She gets to that cheek to the cheek. That's like, we got to get those cheek to cheeks, right? I think some people just don't like putting their cheek there. Still climbing, still in the back. And let's see.
She's looking for
She's going for that bird check.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if she goes for it, especially since she's on the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a little off the back now, so she's got to transition. She may go for that. Looks like she's looking for the arm. Yeah, there it is. All right.
Oh, there we go, the arm bar.
She needs to solidify. She's getting a little too...
I think she's trying to pull rather than like attacking the grip. Yes, so there we go. Now she's kind of sitting up.
And Jessie is attacking a leg now. Let's see what happens.
She has the heel. She has the knee. Yes, Nicole's trying to hide her heel. Good.
Yep, good.
Good defense, but
That is-
Jessie still has. Ooh, nope, she got it out again.
And
There
it's
we
so
go.
hard to finish when they're smashing you
Yes.
down, though, right?
You got to get that extension and sit them back down. And I think people like, oh, I got the hill, and get overexcited. Ooh, that was a bad step over, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And gave her that hill when she stepped over.
Sure.
She didn't free the knee, and that again, that knee is what's important. Right?
She's
So
gotta
that knee is what's giving Jessie an opportunity
Yep.
to get the heel hook. So now she's pressuring, which is good. But she really didn't focus on trying to get that knee. I mean, she got the knee out,
Right.
but I wouldn't say it was like, hey, let me get my knee out.
Yeah, right.
Popped out there.
We have 35 seconds
35
now.
God, 35 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Who did the no time
Kenny.
limit?
Kenny did.
Oh. Shugio?
Was it?
Shugio, right? The no time limit matches. I think Keith Krikorian had like a 75-minute match.
Oof.
That's intense.
That is intense.
Right. So if we don't have a submission here, we are going to go into EBI overtime. They will. Ooh, nobody has a quarter, do they? Let's see.
Surely somebody has a quarter.
I hope my ref
out
has
here.
a quarter.
Oh, time. So we are going into EBI overtime.
Yes. Let's see. Maybe Jeff grabbed one. Yes, I think Jeff was well prepared, I hope. Yes, he
Yep.
was. Look at that.
Look.
And he almost lost it. So that's why we have these awesome refs. Well prepared.
Overtime?
2 minutes. 2 minute
So he's
overtime.
giving Jessie the decision for the overtime position. She's going to take the back. So for those of you who aren't familiar with overtime, you have either spiderweb or back option.
I'm just making sure he sees us first.
So Nicole has to get out of this back position. Jessie, of course, is trying to attack the submission as quickly as possible. Once she's out of out of danger.
10 seconds.
That was fast.
10 seconds. Right. So then we're going to go to the next one. All right.
So now Nicole is going for the spider web option.
Just going to take the arm bar.
Finishing touches on my hip plate.
Oh, I can write this on my laptop. I was like, where can I write this down?
Locking it up. Jessie has to either get out of this or Nicole has to submit.
So Nicole's what we call, like, I guess you could say cooking.
Yep.
Sitting there just kind of taking her time. Now once she grabs enough time, like she feels she's had significant control, then she'll start attacking the arm. And it doesn't seem like Jessie's really doing it. Yep,
There we go.
There's the submission. And that's in the
Nice.
second round of the overtime. So Nicole takes this win here. Nice.
And Nicole wins.
So Nicole takes the win here in overtime over Jessie Stemple. And who do we have coming up next?
Now, for those of, I know there's some viewers who aren't as familiar with EBI overtime. Say Jessie had escaped, but it was obviously in a much longer time period than Nicole had escaped, and it goes to another round.
Correct. So there would be 3 possible if necessary.
If nobody gets a
If
submission.
nobody gets yes, correct.
And then if neither women get a submission after 3 rounds of overtime, it's whoever has the shortest amount of cumulative time.
Fastest escape time.
Fastest
so, but yes,
escape time.
cumulative. But fastest escape time, right? So they don't want to be sitting there too long. So that's what Nicole's strategy was. She was letting Jessie sit in before she started attacking.
Just in case
Just
she
in
didn't get
case,
the
exactly.
submission.
And some do that. Some go for the submission right away. Right. So there's different strategies. By Keith Krikorian's controlling the back. Right. So if you guys want to learn the EBI overtime, I would say, I think he's only charging like a whole $2. Why not?
No, that's right. That's right.
Why not? I don't think Claudia gave me a over. So, oh, bye Jeffrey. Sorry guys, if you guys had to hear that, I got hugged pretty aggressively. All right, so
Carolina Ramirez again from Strong Base in Chula Vista. sub on the shore vet. She also had a super fight earlier tonight.
And her opponent tonight is going to be
Claudia.
Claudia Henriquez.
And Claudia is from Checkmat La Habra, and she trains with Lucas Leite. Claudia is also a sub on the shore veteran.
Yes, she had it. This is the heel hook. Nice heel hook. All right, so she is a subs on the shore vet. I think she's our only competitor that so far will be on all 3 shows.
Oh, wow.
She has a match coming up in San Pedro. This time, Carolina didn't waste no time.
No.
She's like, I'm not going to play. And I
Not
think,
again.
You know, and it's happened to me before. You kind of just walk in, like, oh, let's
Sure.
get loose a little bit. You know, let's kind of dance, see who has what, and boom.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't play that game sometimes. You know, it happens, unfortunately.
All right.
So this time, Carolina decided to switch mindsets and be first to attack. Claudia's letting her. Seems pretty calm. She's letting her kind of sit up there. I mean, that has to be tiring on your legs. You gotta remember, that's toe, right? Nice little.
She does like to attack
Inari roll
the
right to the heel.
footlocks.
Ooh. You know, it's like, maybe like that previous match might have pissed her off.
Yeah, I think so. Gave her the fire
Right?
she needed.
Yeah, she turned that into a fell off the guard right into Imanari roll, right to outside triangle, attacking the heel hook.
Claudia has to keep that heel away from her. It looks like Carolina is really searching for that heel hook.
So you gotta expect in these EBI tournaments that this is gonna be like the main thing people attack, just because of where EBI comes from, right?
Sure.
It's a 10th planet-based format, and that's leg locks.
Yeah, and one of the fewer opportunities that competitors get to have for executing heel hooks, right? And then a lot of academies, they don't even train heel hooks because they're considered, dangerous. Although I would argue wrist locks are more dangerous and dirtier.
Yes, every once in a while I'll throw out a fun wrist lock, and then I,
Do you feel dirty afterwards?
Feel dirty. Yeah. Go home and shower. Not that I don't shower. I practice.
Yeah, I don't
extra long.
Yeah. So now Carolina is attacking a straight ankle lock, but Claudia is doing a good job of keeping her up a little higher on that leg, closer to her calf. Like we mentioned before, you really, with the straight ankle lock, you really want to get down closer to the Achilles. You want to hide those toes behind your shoulder, and then arch into it, create that tension. Switching over.
Claudia for a second put her hands on the mat, and that's a big no-no. And then when you're playing with legs, but
yeah,
she's back up with attacking the hands, and Carolina just has to get some extension here. Right. She's still going for that straight, yes. But again, same thing. She's still on the calf. Not really attacking that Achilles.
And she's kind of locking up that opposite leg. When I attack a straight ankle, I really like to be on that same side leg.
Unless, unless she's been studying some Tempe.
Oh,
she's going for the Nagala, right? The far side.
Sure.
But she's just straight ankle. Right? But I personally like to attack the far side to set up the near side.
Okay.
So I won't initially go for the near side, but that is my angle. But now Claudia's throwing right back. Let's switch to a knee bar, but kind of at the side, and she lost the knee. All right, so if she wants to, she could kind of transition to a calf slicer if
pushing her back.
Figure 4 is fast enough, but kind of lost that opportunity there. So
Great defense on Claudia's part.
Claudia's been on the defense for the past, 3.5 minutes.
But if she, it's sub only. If she defends the entire time, goes to overtime.
Yeah, totally. Like, I've seen, that was one of my strategies one tournament. Man, I had over 15 minutes of grappling.
Yeah.
Just to go into overtime. Well, I won't do that again.
Oh, yeah.
Big no. I flew all the way to Philadelphia, so I was like, I'm going to come out here.
Yeah.
There we go. She's trying to dig for that heel, but Claudia's other foot's in the way, so she's not going to be able to extend here unless she rolls her back over. Again, this is a good opportunity. Claudia's semi-attacking.
Now, for me, I'd really like, in most scenarios, when I have somebody attacking my leg lock, I really want to come up and put weight on that foot and be able to, shove them down my leg and maneuver past them.
A little bit of a shelf and then drive up.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I know it very well because,
Right.
unfortunately, I don't extend people sometimes, and it's just a good defense. They've been very adamant or consistent, like, hey, like, I really want this ankle. I'm going to go for it and just sit here. So, and me personally, I don't like sitting and playing with the foot locks. I love foot locks, but it's like, I'm going to get in and get it, and if I don't, like, I'm going to exit.
Transition to something else.
I'm out. Right, because then the longer you're in there, it gives them an opportunity, and there's Claudia digging for that hill now, right? But at the same time, because even though Carolina's been attacking, but Claudia's still defending and attacking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you sit in this 50-50. Well, technically, Carolina's in like more of an 80-20 right now.
Yeah.
But she's throwing that far leg over.
And like you said, both defending and attacking. You really you need to be focusing on one or the other until you can solidify a position and then attack. Mm-hmm. Having your attention divided it doesn't do anything for your effectiveness on either side, defending or attacking. Mm-hmm. There we go. It's trying to sit up.
Oh, there again. Now we just have one person attacking, one person defending. like this. Now they're in a clear 50-50. Mm-hmm. And so both knees up. So let's see who gets their knee down. So let's see, Carolina put the hands on the mat for a second, and Claudia didn't get an opportunity to take advantage of that, but just try and do that.
Just trying to come up. Maybe drive that knee to the mat. There it is. Maybe sprawl out, but she's got to keep Claudia's back on the mat. She wants to do that. We have 3 minutes left in this match. Still, both of them just trying to disengage the figure 4 locks on both sides. Find some leverage there.
She's going for that bottom heel, which...
is there something there?
I don't think so, but I'm sure somebody's going to be like, yes, there is.
Yeah, right.
That's me like, are you crazy? There's this move. I'm like,
all right.
Show me. It is possible, though. Sometimes, as long as you have that Achilles and you have that knee solidified, anything can happen.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say so, because I usually... people get put in the X break there, and they're like, oh, there's a hill, and they try to, like, heel hook the hill, but they can't because it's underneath.
Sure, yeah.
So, I don't think so.
I guess, would there be a Texas clover leaf there at some point?
That's usually from what happens from the X break. They try the Texas clover leaf, but they don't have the knee solidified like the attacker does, so it doesn't necessarily work. I wonder if people think we're talking like geometry or... calculus. I never understood math, so.
Yeah. I actually wasn't too bad in math. Wasn't too bad. My first, I went to college, and my first degree that I attempted, I switched over because there was just so much math, was aerospace engineering.
Oh,
so
wow.
there was a lot of math.
That just
too much math.
I did the sport, I would say, generic route, got a scholarship to wrestle and did the business. Business.
But highly practical. Business, journalism, highly practical degrees. Still tacking the foot.
We have 1 minute left. Still in the 50-50. They really want this hill. There's no break.
No.
They've been at it for 9 minutes. Oh, she's trying to get that toe in the armpit. No. She's trying to extend it. No. At the same time, there's like a lot of composure as well. Like, hey, like, yeah, we're in this 50-50 position, but unless you... you haven't really seen any explosive threat.
No, yeah.
It's been really slow, methodical.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to find this toe to the armpit, grab the heel, and attack. Really slow pace,
Yeah.
you know.
And both ladies seem pretty, confident in their defenses. They're not freaking out being in any kind of leg lock.
And I think that's what you want to get them to panic a little bit. And you might want to just explode and attack. It doesn't have to be, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be, I don't need the submission to be 100%.
Sure.
I just explode 100%, freak them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So now we are going into overtime.
All right. So again, looks like Carolina gets to choose which position she wants. She's going first. So she's going to elect for spiderweb on the right arm, left arm rather.
I keep turning my ringtone down. It's not the getting it mixed up with the rate.
With the music volume.
Yeah. It's like a late reaction too. I turn it down. It takes like 20 seconds.
So we have 2 minutes. Carolina is attacking the arm. Claudia is trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Oh, she gets the tap. That was pretty quick.
What time was that at?
Wow.
Let's see.
Do we? Let's. Oh.
148. He
Okay.
said. Let's clarify
So that would be 12 seconds.
Yes. Let's clarify. Hold on. I want to make sure. Was that you said 148?
148.
Okay.
So yes, that was at the 148 mark.
148.
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
148. Yes.
And Claudia is opting for the back take.
So she has to get a submission in 12 seconds or less, or
Carolina wins. Okay.
Yes, because she did get a submission first round, but Claudia still gets an opportunity to go for the submission.
Mm-hmm.
And she did another underhook.
Time.
Time.
That's
There you
time.
go. And so
It appears, that you would want to be the first one to go.
again, depends on your strategy.
Yeah.
Well, I like to be the first to defend, to be honest.
Okay.
Not first to attack.
Oh, okay.
So I like to be the first to defend. So it depends what first you meant.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to be the first
Well, I
attack or
meant
the first
to
defend?
attack. Yeah.
Okay, so because you said first to go, so
Right.
it
to you guys
could
about
go.
how
I should have been a little more clear on that.
Yeah, so
Between
who do
pole
we have
dancing
next
and
coming up?
MMA
So
fighting,
Carolina
I started
redeemed
waking-
himself from previous, coming in and
We have him. Is this CBD company or one of the sponsors?
yes, we had CBD, our live CBD.
Mm-hmm. And they're out of Austin, I believe.
That's Fight Back CBD.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, Justin. Justin is one of our sponsors at Fight Back CBD, but who's sponsoring this, giving giveaways to our fastest sub of the night is our live CBD.
And that's fastest sub during regular time or fastest sub during?
Fastest sub during regular time.
Okay.
Which, as I think right now, is going to be our next competitor, Gina Mcgee.
Yeah.
Right.
Gina Mcgee, as you saw, she had a super fight match in which she had an incredibly fast submission. It was beautiful.
Just came out, no hesitation, like
Really impressive.
jumping triangle explosion. I missed it. I saw.
Armbar,
Yes.
yeah, you were
Like-
busy. It was cool. I saw it.
At least somebody saw it. I didn't get
She
off
is
the trick.
facing Giovanna Caixas Canuto, and she is from Gracie Humaita Blue Diamond, which is in Las Vegas. Giovanna is only 17 years old.
17.
Whew. She's a multiple-time worlds, pans, nogi worlds, nogi pans, of course, at juvenile level. But, with these kids these days, they have probably 9 years of experience before they're even, 16. So this is going to be a really exciting match, I think. I saw a couple of Giovanna's highlight videos. Really incredible submission hunter. She loves the pass, seemed to favor the triangle submission a little bit more than any of the others. So this is going to be exciting. I expect both ladies to come out really aggressive.
So I believe Giovanna's an active, IBJJF
Sure,
competitor. That's
yeah.
just
So point space, she's
know.
really familiar with that. That's where I think she's really developed her passing game.
So going based off that, I was surprised that she opted to, jump into this event, which, knowing there's leg locks and heel hooks.
Right.
And I'll be honest, that even like some high-level competitors who mainly train in the gi, when I tell them, hey, there's heel hooks involved, and they're like, nope.
They back out, yeah.
They back out. Or like, hey, can we do rules differently? Like, no, I'm sorry, this is the rules. Like you could jump in or you cannot.
Like you always have the option to tap. Yeah, heel hooks can be scary for some people, but there's always the option to tap. Then, like, man, here's Giovanna's passing game coming into play. Really incredible pressure.
One of I think the best, I want to say we were at like just a local tournament, Russ Maris, and one of the things he said, one of the main reasons people don't make it to black belt is because they don't tap enough.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they get injured before they even. Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Takes the heart out of you.
You get an injury, you got to sit out. You got to sit out times, and then next time you don't want to take that that chance of getting hurt again. Like,
sure,
tap. And I've been somebody who's more. Sorry for that brief scare, ladies and gentlemen. I've been a little bit more adamant about, especially for our younger generation, to like, hey, tap, it's okay.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We have a couple of kids at the 10th Planet Tucson, and they're incredible athletes, incredible talent, and just a little bit of an ego to tap, And
Giovanna's talking with that Kimura, going for that arm bar. It looks like she might extend it, but Gina's pushing that leg. Oh, she gets the leg over the head. Let's see here.
Trying to keep.
Fingers got the S grip. And what does Gina need to do here?
I think she needs to sit up and connect her body with that elbow.
Well, she didn't even have to do that.
Yeah.
But yes, she was kind of relaxing, holding on, and holding on is just kind of delaying the inevitable sometimes, and you got to be active with your defense as well.
Sure.
So Giovanna's just taking the calm game, letting Gina come to her. So again, like, Gina had a fast match, so really didn't get an opportunity to see like what rolling Kimura. She must train with Gio. And there's that straight ankle lock with single leg X we got going on here. She's skipped to the heel hook. You can see she shoot the hand behind her back, and she's trying to dig that heel. Right, even with the single leg X, that's something that's became more popular. Like, the heel hook is still there.
Yeah, right.
Right. And kind of lost the knee. Right.
Giovanna's composure is really incredible, and I've noticed that a lot with the Brazilians. They compete since they're in diapers, basically, and so they have these stone cold faces, which can be kind of intimidating for your opponent. Is they don't look like they're ever in any trouble. And like I said, in jiu-jitsu, it's such a both a physical and a mental game, that if you can get into that psychological aspect of kind of intimidating your opponent before the match even starts. I mean, MMA, they do it. It's the same thing.
But like from the jiu-jitsu side, like, the community is, especially in Southern California, heavily populated by the Brazilian community. And like, you go to a tournament, and if you're American, everybody around you speaking Portuguese, and you're just like, you kind of sit you back. You feel like an outsider.
Sure.
But, and then you see them just compose, and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
right.
Giovanna has some heavy pressure. I think she's waiting for Gina to create a kind of a more explosive movement so that she can come around and attack something.
Yeah, sometimes it's just letting them create the opening for you too. Just staying heavy pressure. People tend to panic underneath and go for something that's not there. And when, again, so like you said, EBI is a little different. It's not about points, right? It's about overtime. Yeah. Or sorry, not about overtime, but about the finish.
Yeah.
So
really different strategy with this EBI rules than you would have, Giovanna's with her IBJJF game, because in an IBJJF match, Giovanna would have been up like 20 points to
Yes, just a necessary amount of points. But with EBI, like, I don't care about the points. I could throw a submission from right field and miss and throw my back to the ground and elbows to my hips. And that's okay.
Yeah, right.
it does encourage a little bit more submission attempts from not so great positions, or not worrying about the position as much.
Opens them up a little bit, I think.
Yes.
You're not worried about losing that advantage or losing that 2 points.
Yeah, losing on an advantage, man. Like,
oh man, that's the worst. It really is.
Like, they didn't score on me. What? But hey, that's also, as somebody who does a bunch of EBI or submission-only competitions now.
And she gets the submission. Yeah, Americana.
I just missed that one. That just came out of nowhere. I saw she was pretty relaxed in that position, and they got it.
Yep, that was a good match. Still, no smile on her face either.
She's like, whatever.
Stone cold.
Just moved on to the semis. That's
these
nothing.
young Brazilian killers. Awesome. Cool. So we have our first, right after this, we have our first semifinal match. And that's Juliana from 10th Planet San Diego against Nicole from 10th Planet Tucson.
Ooh, so we got 10 Ps in the final. Right?
Yeah.
So somebody, again, like I said, the EBI tournament's a little different. Like, it's a submission. And prior to the submission-only tournament, I was a heavily point player because of like the wrestling background.
Sure, right.
And then, so it was all about position, just scoring points for me. But my submission game was non-existent. All the way up to, I would say, honestly, all the way up to like high purple belt, even beginning brown belt. My submission game, just wasn't there.
No kidding.
And then all of a sudden I started doing these EBI tournaments. And you know what? Like, hey, like, now I got to start learning these, these submission things. So
really encourages the submissions.
Yeah, and that's when my game like just grew exponentially. I can't say the word.
Exponentially.
There we go.
I got
Sorry
you.
for tongue
I got you, fam.
Hey, Rob.
And
We'll
that just I noticed it also because I probably stopped fighting MMA and I focused a lot more on jiu-jitsu too, so that helped significantly. So we have 10th Planet out of Arizona and 10th Planet out of San Diego.
This will be fun. If you can remember, Juliana Miller's match against Amanda Bruce was pretty intense. Amanda was really aggressive. Juliana kept her composure and then attacked when she saw the opportunity. Nicole was same thing. She was very aggressive from the outset. So this will be an interesting match for sure. They have very similar body types.
About the competitors too, but then you have two moon heads on the corners, right? So it makes it a little entertaining.
Right. They know all the lingo.
Yes, right. They know the moves. They know what they're...
Juliana, wow. That must have been that's faster than
Gina Mcgee?
Gina's submission?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have to go back and look at that replay.
Wow.
So if you guys are keeping track, Mystic Fight Our Life CBD is giving out two fastest submission. Hey, they couldn't get the ending right there.
Very nice.
So next we are gonna have. We're gonna go back to super fights.
Right. So are we gonna?
Yeah, we're gonna go back to super fights now. We have Emmy Miller at a GF team.
And this is a 160-pound purple belt super fight.
Nogi. Yes.
Nogi. Yes.
Correct.
Nogi. So Emmy Miller against Holly Shapiro. Tell me about Holly. She was kind of a last minute, wasn't she?
She was a last minute as well. She decided, I hit her up, I think on Wednesday. I was like, hey, the spot opened up, save my tournament, and she's like, hey, I'm kind of, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
She and then I think they're trying to find her actually.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
I'll give them a second here.
That's cool, seeing these ladies step up without hesitation is really pretty impressive.
Especially with the times right now, I think you got to take every advantage you can to compete. You don't know when the next time is. So, take it while it lasts. I'm going to have one of our Gym Crashers sponsors step in on the mic with Heather real quick.
Let's do it.
So
who's our sponsor?
Dongo.
What's up? How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
So tell us your name and your company and a little bit about yourself.
So I'm John Arredondo. I have a podcast called Gym Crashers. I represent Free Admission Media, who's streaming this event.
Oh, awesome. And it is being streamed from Barcelona?
It's actually, the company's in Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's eventtv.global.
Eventtv.global.
And it is streaming live now. 17 countries in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do they all do martial arts type?
It did start as a means of streaming Celtic Gladiator, which is an MMA event that's not only across Europe, but we were doing semi-annually here in the States. So we did Chicago. We've done Burbank Airport Marriott. We've done, a couple other locations, but since COVID, of course, it's kind of held up things a little bit, but it'll be back, hopefully, beginning of next year.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Tell us about Gym Crashers. What is the premise behind the podcast, and how can we access it?
So Gym Crashers is a podcast that's accessible on Facebook and YouTube. So it's available every week live at 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on Facebook, but we park it on YouTube as well, so you can find old episodes. Even our referee here tonight, Richard Areola, has been a guest on our show. Of course, Albert Tapia has been a guest on our show. So we all train jiu-jitsu and kind of went through the ranks together.
Okay.
And as we got to the higher belt levels, and some of us are older, some went on to fight. Some of us went on to become commentators and interviewers and fight correspondents. And then came the podcast, of course, because we knew so many people in the game, so we wanted to get them on, find out their stories, what made them unique.
Very cool.
You know?
And that's a pretty cool thing, because in the jiu-jitsu community, we have people from all walks of life. And so being able to understand their lives off the mat, that's fascinating.
Absolutely. What was really cool is we actually had the opportunity to go out and train at different locations too. A lot of people, they really stay at their home gym.
Yeah.
And I did for many, many years, almost a decade.
Right.
But with Gym Crashers, I got the blessing of my instructor to go out and film and find out what made people different.
Super
because
cool.
There's jiu-jitsu, there's sambo, and we're getting on a match.
Yeah,
so
we are. So we have Emmy Miller versus Holly Shapiro. So Emmy Miller's from GF Team in Orange County, and Holly Shapiro's from GB Long Beach. Both of these really aggressive fighters. Holly took this match on a moment's notice. Last Wednesday, I guess she started. So pretty cool.
Now Emmy's from GFT.
Yep.
And I know one of her instructors, Michael Souza from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
An incredible black belt, rolls a very unique style. So I know that she's getting some unique instruction. I'm interested to see how that plays out today.
Yeah. So unique how? What would you say? How would you describe his style?
It's so different for me because I approach him and he's almost like a medicine ball. No matter what I do to approach him, he rolls out of it.
Oh,
so he's very elusive.
Yeah.
And his submissions are they're just so on par and laser focused.
Yeah.
So when he attacks with purpose. When he's playing, he plays so well that it's really hard to get a position. And I'm big on heavy top position before taking a submission.
Right.
And
position
really,
before submission.
Absolutely. Staying heavy in my game. But he rolls different, and it's a different game, and he's real loose. And I really respect what he does, and I just am trying to learn from him a little bit more each time I see him.
Yeah, that's cool. GF Team is, they're known for being scrappers, throughout whatever GFT that you go to. It seems like I fought a couple of them, and they're always just tough competitors.
Yep. Yeah, they don't know how to quit, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And Emmy, I before this match, I was asked to commentate, and I stalked everybody on Instagram a little bit.
Nice.
And Emmy has cross-trained a little bit with some of the 10th Planet crew. I think 10th Planet Orange and maybe San Diego. And so she's no stranger to some of the leg game, I would imagine.
Awesome. I know she surfs with my friend here.
She does.
One of our filmographers tonight in Bolsa Chica Beach, so she's a local girl.
Oh, wow. So she's a jiu-jitsu athlete. She's a surfer.
Yep.
No.
Multi-talented.
No,
what a scrapper. Look at that. Getting up against the wall there.
Really getting aggressive with that head pressure. She's got a headlock on. She may try to drag Holly down to the floor.
There it is.
A little bit of a trip.
The heel trip, yeah. Maintaining that head pressure, like you said, with that guillotine.
Mm-hmm. She needs to get past the legs. I would have gone the other way, but, you know. Or she may have a... She's in a great Darce position. If she sinks that arm, she has...
She let go of it. But resetting up, looking to pass guard.
We have 7 minutes into this match. Remember, 10-minute long.
Fresh, you know,
they are looking fresh.
For being so long of a match, they're ready to go.
And so long on the feet.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a respect thing. When you know your opponent and, you know, you're just hesitant to take them down, hesitant to shoot. Because you know where you're going to end up. So that might have been part of it, because this is later in the tournament right now, so that's a high-level game.
Yeah. And I wonder if they've fought before. You know, I couldn't find a whole lot on either ladies. But it would seem like there's not a lot of women competing at kind of the upper weight categories. And so they would fight each other fairly often. So I'm wondering if this is the first time they've seen each other or if they've seen each other before.
By the way that they're going at it, it looks like a first time, but there's a lot of respect, like I said.
Sure.
Not that they're hesitant, it's just more feeling the other person out.
Right. Not wanting to make a mistake that the other can capitalize on.
That's a fact. But, man, we saw some quick finishes tonight. A 15-second finish, a 10-second finish.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Was it 10 seconds? Juliana, the last one?
It was at least somewhere around there. It couldn't have been any more.
No.
It was so quick. She's getting real heavy with her hips.
I'm not much of a quick finisher. I like to cook somebody and pressure them and just beat them down into the mat before I kind of go for anything.
I have a lot of respect for the people that can throw up a flying arm bar.
Yeah.
You know, or
Takes
bring
guts.
you to the ground. Yeah, absolutely. And then you put yourself in a compromising position if it doesn't work out. So your game plan has to work out really well. So I love that these ladies really, really press the envelope.
Oh,
That's the thing.
And I was talking to Gina, and previously she had the fastest submission.
Yes.
And you know, she doesn't normally throw flying anything on her teammates. And so you have these women who are throwing these incredible submissions on, and they don't actively drill them in the academy. You know, they don't want to hurt their teammate.
Sure. No, and it's interesting that you're right. I've seen Gina compete before. I've seen her train, and that's not something that she is known for. But yet, she probably saw an opening, and it just worked out.
Which is cool.
I love
Highlight worthy for sure. And on Instagram, you can put the little clip.
I missed it. I couldn't even post it. I would love to have posted it.
Right.
And then a really long match with her second match, and didn't work out so well. But you know, I'd love to see her come up again.
There we go for is that an armbar? I can't.
Looks like
Yep.
Armbar, triangle. She could go either way with it.
She needs to lock up that triangle a little stronger, and she does have the legs to do it. Maybe reach up and grab that shin.
She has the arm in, and she's over the shoulder. She can go either way, but it looks like an armbar a little bit more.
Right. Keeping that posture of Emmy down really, really nicely. She's not quite behind the knee yet. There she goes. She grabs that shin, readjusts.
Control of the head.
She's not quite on the leg. Being on that toe is just so hard.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure there, but she did tap.
Oh, dang.
She did tap.
Very nice submission. Yeah. And couldn't quite see the angle from here. Here we got Albert back. Thank you for joining us. Or
Not
are
quite
you
yet.
staying? Not. Oh.
Okay. Not just yet.
Yeah.
He's leaving me in charge for a minute.
Great performance by Holly. Gosh, whenever I compete against some of those longer girls, it's just the toughest for me. I always end up in their triangles.
Sure.
For some
No,
reason.
I know. I'm a compact guy myself, so you know, keeping both arms in or out is, you know, optimal.
Yeah.
So you don't get caught.
Right.
But this being the second submissions on the shore, we're here in Costa Mesa. We covered the event at the Queen Mary Long Beach. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Just love that location.
I saw some images from the highlight video, and it looked just beautiful.
It's such a great idea to have these events at those types of ships and locations, which Albert had planned. Of course, we're thrown off course by everything that happened in 2020, but we're still making it happen. And I love that he's pushing. And this event's here in Costa Mesa. July 11th, we have the next event in San Pedro.
Oh,
yeah.
And where is that going to be at another academy, or is that going to?
It's now called, let's see, Six Blades, which is a Ibero Jiu-Jitsu San Pedro.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So coming up July 11th, so 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Absolutely, back to back.
Back to
Making
back.
it happen. I love that because I was so excited to see the comeback. We haven't had a lot of jiu-jitsu going on, of course, so this is it, and especially for females. A great venue for them to show their skills and come together. And like you said, not sure who's been matched up before, but we're going to start to see more.
Sure.
Because that's what this is about, giving them a spotlight on their skill level and what they can do, and a venue to do it in.
A venue to do it, especially now, without, all of these competitions. You have a lot of competitors who are used to maybe competing 6-7 times a year, and they can't. And so, I mean, this is just really cool to see something like this happening during these times, and a venue that's beautifully shot. I'm looking at some of this footage, and people are able to live feed. I know all of our crew out there in Tucson are, watching it, and they got a big watch party going on. So it's really kind of fun. And I was telling Albert, having something that focuses on the women, that's special.
Sure.
When I was coming up, we didn't have that.
Oh, I can't imagine, yeah.
Yeah, we were on.
It's still kind of new. I'm with you, 100%. I got a little gray in the hair, so I'm with you.
Right.
I've been out, though, to the Bullpen Series. I've been to 10 Planet Tucson, so I love it. I love the events out there.
Yeah, no, Mercedes White's doing a great job of it. We're building the competitor base a little bit more, so that's cool.
And Burchak on call for the UFC. Such an incredible thing. Come on.
Oh, man.
I love to hear about what's going on there.
Yeah.
So cool.
And it's been fun, being out there at 10th Planet. My being from Atos, I'm heavy passer, and back takes, and Tony's a heavy wrestler and leg locks, and so our games have really complemented each other, and it's really cool to kind of see this symbiotic relationship between the two of us, helping each other fill in the gaps in our game, and I would say with a lot of certainty that we've both grown as competitors just in the last year that we've been training together. So it's going to be exciting to see his performance, as well as, when everything kind of comes back together.
He's ready to go.
He's ready.
On a moment's notice. Walking around at 153, I think he told me.
Yeah.
Looking good. Love the guy. The ladies look like they're ready to go.
All right.
And coming up, I see Albert lining them up.
There we go. So we've got Giovanna Canuto. She had an incredible match just earlier. And we have, this is Carolina, isn't it? They both look the same. Claudia or Carolina?
That is a good question.
Strong base. So strong base. This is Carolina Ramirez.
Okay. I think that's out of Vista, California, strong base.
Chula Vista.
Chula Vista. The other Vista. Chula Vista. Real heavy leg lock game. Automatically to the ground. Going for the ankles.
Well, Carolina was in leg locks with Claudia almost the entire match.
Yes.
So that was, both of them were trying to attack alternately the straight ankle as well as the heel hook. We have Giovanna, who is a really solid IBJJF competitor, so incredible passing. So she's obviously showcasing that here, getting to a good position. But that doesn't mean anything in the sub only.
Absolutely not. But she's real heavy on top. I like that. She's real strong. She's able to sweep and get to the position she likes to be in. She looks real comfortable. Just took the back. She has a real clean game.
Oh, yeah. And I was mentioning to Albert, just incredible composure, especially with a lot of these young Brazilians. She's only 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Just incredible. But she's probably been training longer than
since birth. It's part of the plan there.
For sure, longer than I have.
Yeah. She's amazing, though, in that she transitions just so fluid.
Fluid. It's got some beautiful jiu-jitsu here.
And her hips are in position, maintains a heavy top position. She takes them out strong.
Mm-hmm.
Control of the head. Just pressure, pressure, pressure.
Cooking her, making Carolina make a big mistake, and
Sure.
that's where she's going to capitalize on that.
And controls the hips really well.
Yeah.
Making it real hard to create room for an escape.
Mm-hmm. Staying really heavy, forcing Carolina to kind of, every movement that Carolina is making is she's not only moving her own body, but she's moving Giovanna as well.
She just rolls with it.
And that's just, it drains you.
Sure. Oh, from the bottom position? My goodness, yeah. Not a lot she can do other than just keep moving and not let anything happen, but we'll see what happens here.
Now there is an opportunity if she can get Giovanna's hips elevated enough and maybe switch, kind of push her over to one side and try to attack a single leg X.
Sure.
She has that opportunity.
There it is.
Oh, roll over.
Switch. Right into guard.
But Giovanna is comfortable here.
Looks like she's attacking that arm, looking for a Kimura.
Yep. Carolina needs to get out of here. Although, they did go to overtime.
Yeah.
And Carolina seems to be pretty comfortable in overtime. Giovanna throws the triangle up.
Looks like it's locked up fairly well. I don't know if the arm's in. I can't see.
The arm is in, but she has her other arm kind of clasping and creating enough space, maybe prying just enough space to kind of...
She needs to watch that posture.
Yep. Oh.
Push the arm through. No, it looks like she's clasping, but doesn't have a lot of air in there. That might be locked up pretty well, especially with controlling that ankle.
Sure.
Changing that angle will tighten it up.
Oh, absolutely.
There it is.
There it is.
There's
she couldn't tap. She had everything locked up, and she couldn't tap. She had to audibly tap.
Fully composed.
Oh,
Doesn't
man.
look like she's out of breath. Ready to go.
So we have Giovanna Canuto. She's going to be going into your finals match. That's exciting.
She's really a top competitor and just bringing it.
Absolutely. And it's fun kind of seeing her. I don't know if she's done very many sub-onlys in previously as an IBJJF competitor. She's still a dangerous submission hunter, you know, and regardless of whether or not she's playing EBI rules or ADCC rules or, you know, IBJJF rules, if you're a submission hunter, I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. And it shows in her style.
Mm-hmm.
She pushes when she needs to and then lets off the gas a little and then opens things up.
Sure.
I like that.
This will be a fun match. So our finals will be Juliana Miller versus Giovanna Canuto. But before then, we are going to have our co-main event, and that's Jolene Dizon and Cecilia Gutierrez. This is a 135-pound purple belt match.
Very cool.
Jolene is from Checkmat La Habra, and Cecilia is from Victorium BJJ, which is in Lancaster, California.
Okay. I saw her with a Hustle BJJ sweatshirt on, so I'm like, wait.
Yeah, where's
good.
Hustle?
Cross training right here in Santa Ana.
Oh, really?
Yes. Very cool school. Got some pro fighters there.
Yeah. Cecilia?
Yes.
Cecilia. Oh, okay. That would make sense. She's so Cecilia, interestingly enough, is a former Marine Corps.
Wow.
She recently got out, according to my Instagram stalking, and she's been purple for a hot minute. She received her purple in October 2017, and you know, she's been stationed to various places around the world. So she is no stranger to cross training, which, you know, is incredible for your game, as we just mentioned.
Sure. Absolutely is. I actually trained at back in the early days it was called Apex, Camp Pendleton, San Diego, with the Marines.
Oh, no kidding.
And they don't tap.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
Even at the white belt level, they're not going to tap.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got Jolene.
Look at that. Already has control of the arm.
Attacking that arm. Cecilia is trying her best to get out of that.
Yes.
Really. Oh, that was.
And she's almost there, but no, it's locked up.
She's. And we get the tap. Wow, Jolene from Checkmat La Habra gets the tap. And no surprise there. She does train with Lucas Leite, who's one of the top black belts in the world. Oh, and just a juvenile wrecking machine. She just received her purple belt in December 2019.
And she did that so cleanly.
So beautifully.
She locked it up, held it, maintained position.
Yep.
Let her roll whichever way, and then finished.
God. She was on the last sub on the shores as well, and
Yes.
she won her match via toe hold.
I did see that. It's not one I see often, but yes.
No, right.
I didn't even see what she won by, but
Yeah.
then someone told me, yeah, it was a toe hold. I'm
Yeah.
like, I
For a
missed it.
juvenile, you know.
Yeah. It's a unique way to go about it.
That is terrifying. Can you imagine?
It's not one of my favorite things to put on nor to feel, but
Yeah. Right. Oh, cool.
so
We-
check that out.
Are switching out.
We're
So
switching out.
thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Sorry about that.
We're getting Albert back. So we have just finished our co-main event, and we are on to the final match of our night here before tomorrow's matches, and it is the finals of the 125-pound purple belt. And we have Juliana Miller from 10th Planet San Diego and Giovanna Canuto from Gracie Humaita Blue Diamond. And
Going
we
for
got
some hard cash.
here. Ooh.
So they had an entry fee, right? And winner takes home. And got this nice little plaque as well to represent the
cool.
championship.
It's like a little ice castle. Show the crowd here. And,
Yes.
you know, making it rain.
Right? For jiu-jitsu, why not get paid, right?
Why not? Why not?
And compete during these times and get paid for
Yeah.
doing something you're not supposed to. Listen to your parents.
Yeah.
All right. So,
No, it's pretty incredible, you know, to get paid as a purple belt female athlete. Like, what? What?
Right. So, again, like I said, so this is the thing we want to do with our women's shows. Every competitor we want to be able to pay on here. Last event was a little different. Last event was a little different. We were able to pay to all the competitors over $8,000.
Wow.
Right? And that was every competitor from our kids all the way up to our main event, our black
Sure.
belts and our tournament competitors. So it was awesome. You
That
know?
is incredible.
And we want to keep giving ladies this opportunity to do that, right? To get paid for jiu-jitsu.
So how it works is, you know, every lady pays an entry fee and it goes into a pot?
For the tournament, yes.
For the tournament,
yes. Yeah. And then depending on, ticket sales or pay-per-view buys, we'll bonus them out as well.
Very cool. Very cool.
So we try to keep it, again, giving the athletes as much as we can. I know, as right now, again, I think Mary had made a post early about this being a male-dominated sport, that it's difficult to get on different cards, and being a lady, it's hard to get on the card. Usually, I would say
being a rooster belt lady.
right? But you're going to see black belts, high-level competitors such as yourself, getting a little bit more opportunities than the lower belts, right? So here we're giving opportunities from kids all the way up to black belt, right?
It's just incredible. I mentioned this earlier, and tonight is this didn't exist when I was a purple belt, and we still, I'm paying a lot of money to compete at an IBJJF tournament, and I get a medal and a T-shirt.
$120 T-shirt.
Yeah.
$120 T-shirt, and you get a match.
Right.
You get a match. But I used to not down I myself, I still compete IBJJF. You still need the match time before you get this opportunity to get paid. We need to see you compete. That's just something that you do.
Right.
And still get your name out there. It still gives you opportunities, like someone like yourself who's able to host seminars, teach.
Yeah.
Be somebody that's sought out, especially for high-level matches like tonight, that we're about to have right here. So this is our final matchup in the EBI tournament.
So
and sat right into an armbar on Giovanna.
So she got this same setup in her previous match and finished in 10 seconds.
Yes. Which I think was fastest sub of the night. We're going to have to check the clock. I know Gina's probably up there. So I think Gina's about 12. Had to be. Right. But I think Gina had the submission tonight in her pocket, one of the two, she's
absolutely.
She's either getting fastest or something of the night. So she knew she was getting paid.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what's awesome about this. There's different ways to get bonused out. Or, you know, you don't have to just come away with the tournament winner. But
Yeah. Oh,
different
yeah.
opportunities, right?
Right, which is incredible. We see Giovanna has Juliana locked up in her full guard. This is a really interesting match for me because Giovanna has incredible pressure and passing game and likes to be in those dominant positions, but Juliana is just tricky, you know, and being from the 10th planet system, she can come up with a submission from somewhere, you know, that maybe Giovanna isn't familiar with.
Especially with that length. She's having that length, in my opinion, playing on that side, especially with, again, like you said, the trickiness. It's going to give her the opportunity from awkward positions or positions that you don't normally see submissions from, right? So how do you defend something you're not used to?
You haven't seen,
right?
yeah.
Exactly. So we'll see. But then again, she went for, you know, her basic pull guard to arm bar. So, like, I mean, she could be going to the basics as well.
Right.
So, which Giovanna defended like, as expected or, like, as needed.
I think.
So I think she's going to look for that trap triangle.
Yeah.
Yep, trap triangle. She's locked that up a few times, I think.
Yeah, she has. She finished her last one from, I believe, from trap triangle.
Trap triangle. Got the,
There we go.
So there goes that. But she has that knee free, right? Oh, no, she doesn't. That knee's pretty.
It is stuck in there.
Yeah,
She's
she's
gonna be
pushing that. But,
attacking
that was kind of like looked like she was like, I'm not going to tap.
No. But then Juliana is no stranger to transitioning in the leg locks. So even though Giovanna has a dominant position at this point, Juliana can get her, elevated. She's going to put her in danger.
Yeah, she was able to transition the circle to top mount, and now they're back to their feet. Pretty much, and Giovanna decided, nope, I'm going to just let you come to me again. And that's what she's been playing like all night, just kind of sitting back, waiting for it.
Like we mentioned before, incredible composure for the 17-year-old purple belt.
I keep forgetting she's 17.
I know, 17 and just received her.
There's that straight ankle lock. She's going to probably get that extended, but Giovanna's doing good. Attacking the hands, right? And she got her heels back. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, but
Still
she kind of left that. Yes.
Oh, here we go. There's a knee bar attempt.
Knee bar. Oh.
Giovanna's keeping just a little bit of an angle.
The knee on the outside, so it's not having that pressure from the hips because it's to the outside.
Right.
Yeah, she's keeping that hip up, and she's looking up like.
That was tight, though.
Yeah. She was like, close, but not close enough.
We have 6.5 minutes left in this match. Already we've seen some incredible jiu-jitsu.
Some great attacks and some great defense. So that time she kind of sat right into that. It didn't seem like she was too worried about Juliana attacking the ankles. Like Juliana slapped on it, and Juliana was just like,
well, she's got
looking
that
at her coach,
Brazilian killer deadpan face there.
She listens to her coach really well. She looks over, and he's like, do this. She's like, right here? He's like, yeah. Like, okay. I have like a conversation, and
which is incredible.
It's really hard to teach. Ooh, kind of getting her extended, sitting up. She has that length,
Damn,
she's
that's
still
close.
Yes.
Giovanna still maintaining incredible composure.
Yes, that was extended so deep.
And Juliana's long, so when she extends, that's a lot of length.
Yes. Yeah, because Giovanna was a shorter competitor, But again, great pressure from compact.
Yeah. Which I think longer competitors probably find a little difficult to finish a leg lock on a more compact person because the knee's so much closer to being free.
Thank you. Well, that one, again, so, she's sliding that knee out again, So, like, she's trying to get that knee free. Juliana's trying to keep it there, but Juliana seems to kind of almost have it out.
Yeah, she's working towards pushing it. Now she's got that other leg. She's creating space, trying to clear that knee.
Yeah, good. And she gets the knee out. She's very, very mindful of, like, the knee, where the knee needs to be, that center line, and getting it out every time. I don't think Juliana's playing into her game. Oh, no, she might hear it. I think that's where Giovanna wants.
I was just going to say.
we both got it. She wants Juliana to attack and doesn't on top because she's kind of laying on her back, like, come into my guard, right? Juliana's like, no, I want to attack your legs.
Let's get up.
We got 4 minutes. Just two awesome competitors going at it and, like, attacking and defending.
Yeah. Although I'm not,
There's now we see.
If Juliana can hold out, she goes.
This is her first. Yeah. Well, she kind of gave up that top position for that like quick arm bar, but wasn't. Oh, we got a what is it called? Watermelon?
Is that? I don't know that.
I don't know. I don't know. Juliana again, back to the ankles.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Nice little reverse De La Riva sweep, but again, sweeps don't mean much. I'll take a sweep all day if it puts me in a straight ankle lock.
Sure.
All day. Go ahead, scissor sweep me. Please. Right? I think that's one of my favorite entries when I'm going against people in the gi. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna scissor sweep you." I'm like, thank you.
Cool. We hear Boogie in Juliana's corner, instructing her, trying to get that straight ankle lock.
Yeah. See, they got 320. She's trying to extend, but again, maybe Giovanna's pretty relaxed there. It's like, go ahead, pull.
And Giovanna has it looks like she has pretty tiny feet, which are just impossible
to get to the heel, right? Especially if she's turned that heel to the ribs and she's sliding her butt away. There she goes. Ooh.
It's coming over.
This might be. You can't see what's going on here. There we go, and there you go.
2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Just tremendous composure from Giovanna.
17.
I don't know if she's tired.
So this could be two tournaments. It could be potentially. This is the potential because we have a 17-year-old.
Oh, look at that.
Last double, but that might put her in some trouble. For her efforts.
Sure. Yeah.
She's like, Giovanna thinks it's funny. Like, go ahead, shoot.
Yeah.
Our last tournament, we had a 14-year-old take it down.
Oh.
Right. 14-year-old. I would have to ask her. I can't remember. 14, 15, 16. One of the three. I think 14 though. She's an orange belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Giovanna here is a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
So.
Just this younger generation is so talented.
2 minutes.
I mean, it just blows me away every time I watch them compete. Just their composure, their skill level, their ability to transition, their fearlessness.
There's Giovanna with her triangle again. That trap triangle.
She's got it tight. That's pretty tight. But Juliana's keeping that elbow
shoulder.
around.
Yes, she's not like high on the shoulder yet. She's reaching for that shin, but she got again a minute 30 left.
And like we saw in her first match with Amanda Bruce, Juliana can sit in a choke position.
Yes, or an ankle lock. A heel hook. Like, but man, Giovanna's been, like you said, pretty game here. Pretty. And I think this is what she was waiting for. She was sitting in the guard.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Juliana's keeping that inside arm
not allowing
braced
her to pass
across, against her hip, creating that little bit of airspace that she needs.
So with 1 minute, this is something Giovanna has to decide. Does she go for it? Okay, because this is going to use some energy, right?
Yeah.
Hey, if I don't get this, man, I don't have energy for overtime. Right. Or do you just kind of coast,
I think she's trying to just sit it out because, of course, Juliana, being from 10th Planet, it's probably they drill the EBI overtime.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
They should. Part of the curriculum. Right, their tournament format. We got 30 seconds. Let's see if we see like an explosion of attempts. I don't think so. I think Giovanna is just relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just let it go. Save her legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, if you're not going to go for it, why? And that's what it seems like she's doing.
Yeah. Both ladies are kind of just sitting there. Like you said, I think they both decided, overtime.
10 seconds.
Let's see if we get anything out of it. Oh, no, nothing.
Oh, and we're out.
Oh,
wow.
No. We had
right to the leg off. And there's time.
Oh,
so overtime.
The other person went for the submission, didn't expect that, So
this is exciting.
Yes,
so this is the first EBI overtime that we've seen for Giovanna.
Yes. First one for
both of them, actually. both of them have been pretty heavy on the submissions in their previous matches.
So who's taking the... Juliana has a... I'm going to get these names backwards.
Juliana and Giovanna.
Giovanna has elected to take the...
Back,
I
believe.
Unless Juliana's just relaxing.
Let's see. Yep, back position. taking her time. Right. All right, and both ladies are ready. And here we go. So Giovanna is trying to...
right to the body triangle. And if you're not familiar with that body triangle, that could be very, especially for time consuming. You know. And she locked it up pretty. Yeah, so let's see. Juliana's doing what she's supposed to, going towards the lock, and Juliana's consistently switching. Let's see if she climbs up the back. Oh, no. Oh, she tried to turn, but Juliana climbed right up the back.
Yep.
Ooh, nasty. Yeah, I already got a little scared here the whole point. You know.
So she's trying to get out. So if Giovanna switches to mount, then she is, out of
time, 36 seconds.
124?
36, yep, perfect. Called it. Hold on.
Now Juliana is deciding to take the spiderweb position. Again, like we mentioned before, she may decide to cook her before she attempts the submission, or she could just go for the submission. Giovanna steps over.
We really haven't seen Giovanna in a dangerous position up top.
That's
true.
So
let's see.
Let's see how this goes. And we've seen that Juliana really likes that armbar. She's so long and her hips seem to be so strong that this might be dangerous for Giovanna.
Yeah, we haven't seen her there. She's lifting.
Ooh, and we got the submission. Wow. Incredible performance by both ladies. I think Juliana showed her kind of strategic dominance there in the overtime, you know. I don't think Giovanna had as much experience, but Giovanna's such a tough competitor. Both of them.
So I'm going to go out there and give Juliana this nice prize award, and then we'll have her come on the mic before we exit.
Excellent.
So let's go ahead and relax.
Or Juliana.
Yeah. Juliana.
Yeah. Awesome match. Pretty incredible. Juliana from 10th Planet San Diego with Boogeyman in her corner. Really incredible performance. She had her first 2 matches by submission. She gets the win and $400 in cash. Awesome performance. She's going to come over here in just a second. We're going to talk about her performance here. Before we talk to Juliana, Gina Mcgee gets submission of the night.
And then according to the Gravis, so sub of the night, and then fastest sub of the night. So our champion winner, Juliana.
Hey, Juliana. It's the fastest submission of the night.
Right, and then, I don't know if we all have raffle tickets. I might do a raffle, just put your guys' names, just do the backpack, and I'll give it to you guys. Right, and then we have another one, our meal preps. So I'll contact this card and let everybody know who won, right? So you guys know. I'll do like a raffle or something on that so you guys can see. But again, thank you guys for coming tonight. If you guys want to watch, please buy the shows you guys can watch tomorrow or you can watch tonight so that we can keep these shows going, right? We don't know what's going to happen. We want to keep them going, get you guys out here, compete as much as we can. Okay? Thank you guys for make sure you guys pick up your trash.
Great night. We are now here. Are you guys ready? We are now here with Juliana Miller from 10th Planet San Diego. She is our winner. We'll let her kind of adjust her hair live on video. Hey Juliana, welcome.
Hi guys,
congratulations. What a performance, man. So tell us. Your first match was against actually my teammate, Amanda Bruce, and that was an incredible match.
When I heard I had her first, I was extremely nervous. Mad respect to Atos and all the girls there. I actually had a last-minute notice for this matchup, so I had a bit of a weight cut, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, can I make it far in this tournament? The girl I'm most scared of, would I rather have her first or last?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of hope we go first because then we both get to give it 100, and I knew it was going to be an exciting match. I had no idea she'd have that kind of power. There was a few times where I thought I was done.
She had you pretty deep.
My mental process was just, I'm a survivor, you know, it's what I've always been good at, and then by the time I get out there, I'm pissed. You just try to fuck me up, so I break your shit or tap. But yes, so much respect. I would love to be training with you guys too.
Yeah. No, well, we cross-train quite a bit over there with you guys, so it's a friendly, friendly competition between the two academies. Yes, and we always appreciate, being able to go over there, and then likewise having you guys over there at Autos. And so your first match was Amanda Bruce. Your second match was, remind me, who was it? Let's see.
Names are beyond
I know.
me right now.
I've got it. I've got
Still
you.
breathing.
Oh, against, Nicole Popovich. Yeah, actually at 10th Planet, Tucson. So she, if you don't know anything about her background, she was formerly GV Colorado Springs, and she came out to Tucson and started training with Anthony Burchek, and that's actually where I train currently at the moment as well.
I have to go visit. I heard it's beautiful for hikes.
Oh yeah, well, not right now because all the mountains are burning. But that was also a great match. You had that's what won you the fastest submission of the night.
It was.
Tell me a little bit about your submission, and it looks like, you have to drill it, right? Just being able to go in there and throw that up with confidence.
Well, sometimes when I catch people, it's not necessarily that I'm stronger or bigger or better. It's just that they're not expecting it.
Sure.
And so sometimes it's just the timing. I felt her clench me real hard, and I just knew I could go.
Yeah. No, that was
I just
great.
love it. My main thing about jiu-jitsu is I want to be an entertaining performer. I want people to cheer and laugh. And I remember my first jiu-jitsu match, I felt 10 emotions I'd never felt before. And for those of you watching, I just want to be that for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you saw something today. You're like, man, I got to try that.
Right. No, that was way cool. I was just talking to Albert, is being able to watch some of you younger belts just going out there with such fearlessness and throwing up submissions with absolute skill and precision it's beautiful and kind of terrifying too,
Thank you. I feel the same way. There's a lot of girls in UFC already 18, 20 years old, and I'm like, well,
yeah, sure.
I still got a few years on them, but all I know is that I love this and I have a lot of fun, and I've quit maybe 10 jobs just to do what I love. Now I get to coach and train. And honestly, when I come out here, I'm smiling because I'm just having fun. I love this.
Living the life.
I love it.
The life.
I'm just blessed. I'm so grateful. For submissions on the shore and having us here. And
cool. Before I let you go, we're going to talk about your finals match, and that was against Giovanna Canuto, and I was actually really excited to see this match because you have just been from 10th Planet. You have such a kind of an unorthodox style, whereas she's being from the IBJJF, like very traditional, like points-based style, but incredible pressure. Tell me a little bit about that match. You actually tried for the same submission that you did on Nicole.
Yes, so I was watching her compete, and I'm like, I'm going to go out there and leg lock her. And I saw the other girls try and fail, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be the one to do that.
Yeah.
No way. I have never met someone with more flexible ankles, and I try, if it's not working, to move on to something else. But in my head, I'm like, maybe if I go for this, I can get it, because the top part of her body is so strong.
Oh, yeah.
Moving to the top part of her body, and honestly, my hat's off to her. She took the match with me very fast. They had requested 3 minutes. I was in the back. I'm like, hey, give her 5. The most important thing is sportsmanship in this sport. And for her, I was just feeling for her because she came in exhausted and put up one. Thank you. Yeah. She put up one heck of a fight, man. I was really exhausted. I chose armbar because I know people like to stand out, and as an MMA fighter, I hope you stand. That gives me my triangle, and I will break it on the way up.
Sure.
And I knew there was no slamming, so when she went to pick me up, I was like, oh, let's
just
go.
Extend it, yeah.
I was pretty excited. Thankfully, it's always really scary when you could get slammed right on your head. I probably would have been a bit more skeptical, but I just went for it. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful match, and I'm glad you guys went to overtime. One, because I wanted to see both of you, how you would deal with the overtime, what you would choose, and you choosing spiderweb and then just going to that beautiful armbar. It was a just exceptional performance all around throughout your matches, throughout your overtime, and really beautiful performance. And I'm sure we really look forward to seeing you here again. So now you can go enjoy it. I'm sure you're hungry and you want to celebrate. So thank you again,
for
Juliana.
having me. And there was a lot of people that are like, you can't cut the weight. You're not going to make it. Why are you going to go try? I was asking people to cover my classes. I was like, you know what? Why not try? If you're thinking about doing something, man, just go try it and have a lot of fun, because I have zero regrets.
Yeah.
Look at this, baby.
Pretty incredible.
Make it rain on some lucky tacos.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Juliana.
Have a good night.
You too. We'll take this off of you here. Here we go. And then we have Albert back on the mic. Pretty incredible performance, man. This was exciting.
It was Friday night, 15 like solid matches. Everybody had some intense submissions, tense matches, just high-level jiu-jitsu for these ladies. And you know what the best part is?
Huh.
We're coming back tomorrow night.
Yeah, we are. We are.
With yourself,
with
right?
me.
So tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, tune in. If you haven't, because I know some of you I see who buys what. I know some of you just bought tonight, so buy tomorrow night. Watch our 135 Grand Prix with Heather herself, and 7 other women competing for the first submission on the shore 135-pound championship, along with 8 other fights. Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.